Me pull up all YouTube real quick.
We.
Ah, geez, we're 6 minutes late. I'm 6 minutes late.
You're late just like how us DJs would be.
That's true. This is like the bewitching hour for our kind. It's unnatural almost. Oh, and I forget. So I hit live, but we are gonna have to get used to a 2 minute delay.
What do you mean?
Like I went live and it's recording us now, but Twitch hasn't said anything and YouTube hasn't said anything either. So let's just go
right,
ahead.
yeah. I mean, if assuming you're looking at the chat, do you want me to look at it as well?
If you'd like, you don't have to.
Okay. I was gonna be 100% focused on the game.
Oh, well, I mean, that works too.
ADHD mode.
If I need to, I can add our players because I see there's only 2 of our players out of the 7 that we have. And other than that, do you want to do a quick intro for yourself for posterity?
Yeah. Right now, or
Yeah. Yeah, because again, it's delayed for us, which is going to be weird, but people are going to be seeing this live, so it won't be weird
no.
for them.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Dizzy. I think I know StarCraft, but I've played it a ton, so we'll see how it goes.
That's pretty good. You're the Lone Star. I hope you're wearing your cowboy hat.
I have my cowboy hat, my guns, my cowboy boots.
Yeah, your spurs and your
Yeah,
assless
my
chaps.
rattlesnake. Yeah.
Yeah.
My rattlesnakes are crawling all around me,
Tight.
and I can see my farm right outside my window.
The Great West. I'm messaging him in the chat. I know you can see, but all right. So an intro for me. I'm old digital, old J2 digital, just one of the mountain people. Yeah, I feel like I also know StarCraft a little bit. I've been playing Fastest for a long time, so is Dizzy, and I don't know, we both stream all the time, but we play 3v3s mostly, so we don't have a ton of like intimate knowledge about 1v1. We were talking about this before we went live. So it's just going to be interesting just because we're going to be learning a little bit along with everybody else. And other than that, I think we're just about ready to get the first game going. We just need Ozzy to show up, and Cleese is asking if he can spectate.
Yeah, sure.
I just told him I'm not sure because I'm worried of the stream peaking.
Were you gonna message Azzy or?
I did message him, but I probably because I'm on Do Not Disturb, he keeps going in the channel and then he keeps leaving the channel. So. Mega Punch is all ready to make bets.
Where should we host the bets?
Yeah, exactly. Now that he's lived in Louisiana for a little bit, he's fully converted.
Dude, that's a perfect place to start betting.
well, especially like from what he's told me, you can do it pretty cheap as well. So I guess you can do that everywhere now, but I don't know. That's where he found out all the apps and stuff that you can use. So you only have
Yeah,
to bet like a couple bucks here and there.
yeah. Almost everywhere. Wait, does Utah not have it?
No, you can't bet in
Oh
Utah.
man.
I was just talking to a coworker where he had a
Mm,
bookie that was in southern Utah, so he's just a few hours away from Vegas. So he could
mm.
drive across the border and then make his bets and then pay him out
Oh
if he won.
man. I guess that's either addiction or dedication. So
He definitely said it was a problem for him and that gambling is a problem. And so he just had to like cut himself out or cut
that's
himself
good.
off.
That's good. Yeah, at work, all
You
I hear
are.
about is betting and gambling and whatnot. And man, I used to do like every now and then
Uh-huh.
on like UFC fights, but this has turned like the whole gambling in my face has turned me off of it so much.
Yeah, I've gambled on sports once when I was in Vegas, and I actually did pretty good. Way better than playing 21, or I guess blackjack. I just call it 21 because that's what it is. But or anything else, especially because I don't really know how to gamble all that much, even though I've got a close proximity to Vegas. But
Hmm.
anyway, I mean, maybe someday we'll use whatever they use for CS:GO. Because don't they have like a bunch of sports betting for like League of Legends and Counter Strike and stuff like that?
Oh man, do they? That's news to me. They probably do. I just never even thought of it going that far.
Back in with even StarCraft 2, it happened a lot, and that's why there's so many scandals and like why. Well, I think like
Oh,
with
yeah, that's the whole, yeah, batch. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that.
with like life and stuff.
Yeah, well, StarCraft 1 had that too with Savior. That's usually the biggest example. Oh, we
Oh,
have
okay.
Azzy.
I know
Azzy
there he
has
is.
landed.
Will
Yeah,
you host it?
yeah, that map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hello, everybody. What's up, Mouse? We are going to be on a delay. I know I put it in the stream title. And same thing with Mega Punch. So if you hear from us a few minutes later about, if you hear about, I don't know, whatever funny and clever thing you said, we finally respond, you've been warned, at least. And then are we going to open up a slot for
Or-
Cleezus if he wants?
Oh, a spectate. Oh, that's what he meant. Observer. I thought he meant just
Yeah.
watching your stream. Oh, okay. Hmm.
Yeah, let's work this out. I
Oh,
think.
no. Cross study's all good.
Okay. Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right, Ozzy.
All right,
Be a
you
little
ready to play
smart ass.
J2?
Yeah, right. It'll be hilarious. I'll be the first one to just hit cancel as soon as the game starts.
You gotta uphold that tradition, you know what I'm saying?
Someone needs to. Now that I said something, it's for sure gonna be.
Oh, DeWalt is asking about the channel. All right, on your mark, you can let me know when to start.
Yeah, whenever you're ready, let's go for it.
All right.
What do they say in UFC? Speaking of, let's get it on.
Let's get it on. Come on. Yeah, that's Mr. Big John McCarthy.
Heck yeah. I do forget since this is we're gonna have a little bit of weirdness on this first one, so that's okay. I am gonna go through. I meant to do this before I started the stream. Turn pretty much all my overlay stuff off because I don't want it to be distracting. So if you want to, actually. I know I said before, but do you want to introduce our players?
Yep. At 12 o'clock, we have Cross as the orange Protons. And then 9 o'clock, we have the red Terran, Azzy.
Which this has been very interesting because I'm only going off of what you've told me, but that Cross has been practicing, and then Ozzy's doing what he normally does, which is whatever he wants. And that he just like has been playing big game hunters. He's been playing ladder. Like he's just, dude, by the way, really quick, 720 APM. Like, are you kidding me? This is insane.
He is making sure he's not going to lose today.
Yeah, for sure. Like this is serious business. And then Ozzy, it's just business as usual.
Yeah.
We should tell them.
No,
We should have told them. Yeah. I guess going forward. So this is interesting. I feel bad. Okay, so I want to frame this as best as I can for that both of these guys, I would say, are pretty big streamers. I know Ozzy might not think that about himself, but I've been watching his streams lately, and I think he does well both on YouTube and Twitch. And then Cross is really good on Twitch. And they're just both known for very different things. Where, like I said a second ago, like Ozzy plays ladder, he plays big game hunters, he'll sometimes play fastest threes with us, and Cross exclusively plays fastest possible map. As much as I know, unfortunately I'm not able to watch his stream as much, but the numerous times that I've been able to watch, it's always been fastest. Not fastest 1v1s, but it's been that map. And so that's my preamble for saying Cross is the more experienced player with fastest, as well as like he got a pretty close spawn and he randomed his Protoss. Right. So we did let players choose beforehand. Like I just kind of wanted to know what their races were going to be. I'm pretty sure Ozzy was going to play Protoss. That's what he responded to. And then afterwards he said that he wanted to change it. And I think he chose random, right? Well, this is like the fruit of his decision making where, oh no, like he just got the worst race, and it's not the worst spawn, but it's not a great spawn either. However, dude, he's doing a great job. He hasn't lost any SCVs, dude, and he killed a Zealot, which their close proximity, this really does suck because he's not starting a bunker, so more Zealots are going to come in. Cross is expanding behind this. Well, the fastest equivalent. He's taking a second Nexus. He's got his gases up. He is going to be teching. I see his cybernetics core, so I don't know if it's just going to be range.
Lost, though.
Yeah, that's good. Really.
And Azzy is actually still teching behind us, so
go for it.
Oh yeah, you gotta say. I mean, he's definitely ahead right now.
Yeah, and he's gonna be annoyed that like I am so surprised, but like I'm genuinely and happily surprised that he is holding so well without building any defenses. See, if it was me, I would have lost a bunch of SCVs. I would have been starting like a bunker a couple times. I would have been like losing SCVs to them just the Zealots targeting the SCVs on the bunker, which I guess since he didn't, he's able to micro them away and save it. And he did a really good job hiding his Marines between his two barracks. He's safe, I guess, is the best way that I want to put it. I don't know. He probably is ahead, like you were saying, but with these 3 cannons at the front of Cross's base, it's just continue on as normal. And so I guess I just think that I don't think that Cross is really slowed down. It's just he doesn't have an advantage, which I guess gives the advantage to Ozzy, at least for now. And maybe Ozzy is practicing a bunch off of stream to mislead everybody. He's got a plan because I mean, I don't know what he's got building now, but he's upgrading something. So I imagine he's probably getting his upgrades for the vultures, but he already has a siege tank. So I guess it was siege that just finished. So now it's going to be, go ahead.
Oh, and now Azzy is basically the one pushing the issue. Now Cross is on the timer, and yeah, he can keep building photon cannons, but that means they're not extra robotics facility or extra reavers. So I mean, Azzy is like knocking on the door, and if like Cross doesn't continue to keep building pylons and cannons, he is gonna get pushed. So
True. And
yeah.
like it could have also been more gateways if you wanted to go for a bust at the front. I know a lot of Terrans will just wall off the front and they'll go for that bust. Oh, dude, if he targets that that pylon, no!
Oh my goodness, not the pylon.
This is insane. He's supply blocks too. Holy shit. So he's got 2 tanks, he's got a vulture, and there's no pylon, so he can't build any units and everything's paused. Holy shit.
So the reavers are gonna come out so much later.
Oh my gosh. I'm like frantically clicking around. Dude, Ozzy's taking a CC in the back and he's still getting his upgrades for his bio. I don't see any upgrades going else on his machine shop, so everything's hinged on this, but he's gonna full on. Oh my gosh, he's got a turret as well, so he's going to be turret pushing and he's going to be bunker pushing. Like, I think right now he could push. I am so concerned for this slow reaver drop that's going to hit him at 9 o'clock because it's going to be just a really crazy backstab. I don't know if you take out both these robotics facilities. Oh, he's got the DTs.
But turrets are still around everywhere and he's slow crawling, which is perfect.
So
here comes a reaver though.
Yeah, the reaver is about to get in. I don't know. He left bio. He's got a turret. He's got a bunker. He might lose the shuttle. Holy shit. He lost the shuttle. This is crazy. Dude, oh my gosh. Dude.
My mind is blowing right now.
This is insane. So I don't know, like, should he be pushing faster? Should he be like, I mean, it is fast as possible map. So should he be like, should just bypass all these pylons and be going straight on top of these gateways? Like, it's not over yet, but he is so close. Right. And now that he got that shuttle, as far as I know, he doesn't have, there's no more robotics facilities. They're like robo bays at least. No, that is the facilities. The robo bay he does have. So there's no more shuttles. He's just building gateways and cannons and is trying to mass up as big as he can. From what I can see here, if Ozzy doesn't throw, like he's supply blocked again.
He's going for the bus.
Yeah, he's got the surround. The bunker's almost done.
He's not gonna break it. He's not gonna break it.
He might. He might. GG. Oh shit. Dude, that's it.
I was telling Azzy, dude, I think Cross is gonna win. Oh my goodness.
Dude, I was so depressed because I was like, I didn't want to be so negative, but I was sure that Cross was gonna take the day because he's been practicing so hardcore. Like, so maybe did Ozzy choose to switch to Terran then? Like, this is better for Ozzy that he spawned so close. Since he was at 9 o'clock, his pushing distance was way closer, and then that like went totally against what Cross was planning because Cross needed the space so that he could have the defense and go for drops to kill the economy for Terran. Oh my gosh, here's another bust. There's too many bunkers. Yeah, but like, there's 3 more siege tanks behind losing that 1 or 2, and he's got more bio coming up. He's got more siege tanks. Again, he didn't rebuild those robotics facilities, so there was no chance for a counterattack. He had to kill he had to bust the push that was coming in, and the tanks are so dangerously close to Cross's minerals. Dude. So yeah, to finish what I was saying before, and I was depressed even that I even mentioned who had signed up because everyone saw Cross's name and they said, I don't want to play anymore. Like, I would play, but I don't want to go up against Cross. Oh my gosh, I think he's done it. There's a bunch of gateways.
The gateways in front of the minerals are gone.
Oh my gosh. And I'm surprised that Cross didn't build in the middle of the map because the few 1v1s that I've watched, Protoss builds a bunch of cannons in the middle of the map. He could have walled them off at his front. He didn't do a lot of those things. He kind of let Ozzy have, well, actually, I was going to say he let Ozzy have map control, but that's not totally true because Ozzy held so immaculately the zealot harassment. Holy shit. He did it. I was totally coming into this with the mindset that freaking Ozzy was the underdog. And like I told him, but like Cross is so good at this game and he plays fastest. Oh, dude. Ozzy.
This happened.
Tricky.
Oh, Jeez.
That was insane.
I'm so shook. Yeah. Wow.
Dude. Good job. Good job. And I hope,
Oh man.
and I don't say any of this to take away from either of our two players, just so I am clear. Like, I love both these guys. Just Ozzy's known for something else. That's it. Anyway, so he's very prepared. That's what I'm gonna add now. He's super prepared.
Yeah, he came in with the mindset of a 1v1er, I think. So
True. And well, go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say, I mean, like as he definitely like knew what to do once he had that lack of disadvantage. Like he was like, all right, I have the army now to match him. So he pushed, knowing that Cross is either gonna have to sacrifice his tech to defend or build cannons, and then obviously siege tanks, eat cannons
It's
alive.
true.
So he like called that really well. So
I am also adding something really quick, and then we'll move down to our next player. And also, this is another thing that I was going to add as well. So I'm just going to put current king. I don't. It's like da hockey. Okay, da. So two things that I was going to say. First thing is, since we didn't have like 11 or 20 people sign up, if Ozzy's still the king at the end and they want a rematch, then like Cross could come back and play again, or anyone could. We'll just like we'll just base it on if anyone does want to play again and what the demand is or whatever the queue is, and then we could have some potential rematches. So I'm just gonna put this. I'm gonna make it smaller. So yeah, that like they both seemed pretty prepared, and good job to Ozzy, because he was even in our dual chat that we have with him. He set us up for sure. Not like, oh man, how can I make this look a little bit more pretty? That's okay. We'll just throw it down here and we can. And you know what I should do also? I'm going to do wins, and then I'm going to say his current win streak or whatever is 1, but then that means his current money streak, he's at $15. So we'll put that on there, and I can adjust it too, because I know it doesn't look super pretty, but all this stuff was meant to happen in advance, and it didn't. So I messaged you in Discord. I'm going to pull it up right now so that we can start getting our next match ready. Yeah, anyway, both these dudes are super good. That was a really fun game to watch. I'm way stoked. Dude, where's our Discord? We just got to make sure that they're here. Oh, it's the yellow one. So if I need to, I'll add him on BattleNet really quick, because he's not here right now. But yeah, I actually don't see him on here. So I'm going to add him really quick.
alrighty, are you ready to host, or are we ready to host?
So our third player isn't here. That's what I'm working on right now. So I guess we can spoil it a little bit. So, well, actually, let's not. His ID is the yellow one.
Mm-hmm.
And I am.
We should have.
If we have new players, let's make sure that. Well, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh, sorry, I was gonna say we should have, and this will also be something for the future as well, of course. Um, if they don't show up within a certain point once the game is over, there should be sort of grace period for them to, get their game turned on. But yeah, if they don't show up, I feel like within a certain amount of time, like 10, 15 minutes, I think it is fair to sort of move on.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. I just wanted to add him to my friends list because he might not have gotten my email, and he might not have made it over to, like you said. I actually tried to find in the Google Doc settings to make it an event to share, and I didn't spend enough time on it because I couldn't find it. So I just want to shorten the URL so I can send it to these guys so that they can sign up.
And while you're doing that, looks like Cross is wondering the rules of whether, like, the system, I guess,
Okay,
the cycle
so
goes.
I wasn't sure how many people were going to sign up. So I was just going to, if 10 or 11 people signed up, we were going to cut it off there. And whoever ended as the king this time was going to start as the king next time. Kind of like you've seen on, is unintentionally like the Shoutcraft tournament. And if you guys have watched that StarCraft 2 one, the one that Total Biscuit and like In Control and a bunch of people used to, I know it's Total Biscuit's thing, but then he'd have a bunch of guest co-casters and stuff. I know In Control is on a lot. So this inadvertently turned into something like that because I was going to do a bracket style tournament. But then as I was thinking, like, I wasn't sure how many people were going to sign up and how long it was going to take, that, I don't know if it was that reminded me of it, or if I just thought, oh, like a King of the Hill where there's a little bit of a, well, and that was part of it too, is like, how much money do we pay out to each, like, first, second, third, or do we round robin it? And then it just seemed like, to me in the moment, and we can always do a little bit differently next time, that it made the most sense to do a King of the Hill, at least this time, because it allowed us to kind of, maybe not rapid fire a bunch of games, but I just like the idea of seeing like people just kind of vie for the top. And then even if each person only wins 1 to 2 games, then everyone can win a little bit of money, I guess. And I don't know if that was like a miscalculation on my part or anything, but we only had 7 responses. So there's 4 slots left over. And even though, like, and I didn't want to be too annoying, but I did post on Reddit a couple times. You did an amazing job with the Team Liquid post, and I posted it even in BattleNet and a couple of the channels, like every day for at least like once or twice a day. Again, I don't want to be like reported as a bot or something like that. I don't want to be too annoying, like that dirty feeling of like whoring yourself out to find players. Like I didn't want to do that, but anyway, so we had 7, and now that we're actually going, we have a few people that say they want to play. But I was thinking at the end, if we didn't have enough people to get through our $150 pot, essentially, like our prize pool, then if Cross or whoever else, like it could be Cross, it could be Ozzy, it could be anybody, if they wanted to rematch, I don't think this will be it going forward, but today, just so we can get through and play all of as many games as we can, or at least what we prepared for, they can rematch whoever the current king is to either A, for like, to win a little bit of money, or B, to, I think it's both, to win money and to like have the pride of being the king.
Right. Yeah, definitely. And they can start the next tournament. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. And they'll be the king for the next tournament, which again, I hope to do this as like a normal thing. It's not that I will have like $100 and that you'll have like $50 every other week or even every month to do this. But I hope it's fun enough and I'm trying to think of the right word, but that we can just go ahead.
If I'm being loud, maybe you need to sleep.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I just hope that it's sustainable, I guess, is what I was trying to say. Did you host?
I did not, no.
Okay. When you're ready, let's check our channel really quick. And I don't see the yellow one here, so let's see if our next player is I think it's actually someone we were talking about earlier, but oh, and really quick, well, I meant to bring this up at the. I'll bring it up on this one, because out of our responses, I put if you could be an Archon with anybody, who would you be? And who do you think the most popular? What you think the most? Actually, it's tied now. Someone did an answer and it wasn't right. No. It's Dizzy. Two people want to be an Archon with you, dude. And then two people said that they wanted to be an Archon with their significant other, which might means I don't know if it's like just a dirty response that they want to get laid or what have you. But anyway, not to get too distracted. Response. Say what?
That's a romantic response.
Yeah. So,
I'm flattered.
Oh, for sure. I think you should be. And I loved it. I saw that answer and I was like, hell yeah, this is so good. Because earlier, before some other people signed up, there was it was 40% of the answers. Like 40% of the people wanted to be an Archon with Dizzy, and that was so funny.
Who's next in line after Azzy or after Cross?
Well, I'll let you know once we get going because I don't want to spoil it.
Alrighty.
It's going to be little on my screen. So Ozzy is supposed to be there, and I messaged the person who is up next. All right, I'll join you, and then we'll see. We'll see when they join. Nope, that's not him.
Ooh. Oh.
Unless he's in our lobby.
You want to message him again?
I did. I just barely messaged him.
Oh.
I guess I should. I'm going to message. So I messaged him. Maybe I could message him on Twitch as well. And then I'm going to read chat a little bit. So I'm just going to say at.
Oh, is this?
Yep, this is right. So don't say it because we're going to announce it when we start.
Alrighty.
Okay, once both players are ready, yeah, go ahead.
Getting started.
All right. In the bottom left corner, we have our current king, Ozzy Dahaki. And I guess he chose Terran. I don't remember what this person chose. I will check in just a second, our Google Docs. But at 12 o'clock, again, geez, same spot, same Protoss. Not really, but it's DeWalt!
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm so stoked for this.
I'm geeking hard.
Dude, this is so cool.
I can't believe Azzy gets like the honor of playing with them.
Seriously, for $15. Well, for Ozzy, we should do it like maybe next time if we want to get real wild with it. We can ask them if they want to take the pot or if they want to like add to it or double it or something. And then if they lose, it goes to the next person.
Yeah.
So
we got to talk about this. I'm totally down for that.
Just let's start it out like $1 or $5 at first, and then it'll increment more and more. But here's my question to you. What do you think Ozzy's plan is this time? Because DeWalt could watch the first game and he could see maybe what he could do differently or what he could do better, or you know exactly what I mean. Like,
right.
He has a chance to analyze what Ozzy is doing.
Yeah, I think Azzy, for him, I don't see him straying away from his original like game plan, which just seems to be just 2x expand or 2x tech. I mean,
Uh-huh.
simply because he's just knowing him. I don't think he's the type of person to he trusts his playstyle and he's pretty confident in it. Having said that, though, DeWalt has to also be a confident person. I don't think he's gonna stray too far from the norm either. So, um, I am curious to see if he's gonna personally to go for like some sort of like middle build, like middle cannons, middle robo, and then sort of have a stronger push behind it, as opposed to how Cross sort of try to tech. But um, yeah, I'm excited for this one. But we're seeing looks like one Rax fact. Okay, I'm already wrong. Ooh.
Well, that's maybe since he got a corner base is what I was thinking, that he's a little bit more confident, and or just to go straight into mech, as well as I just think about this since I watch a lot of Artosis's stream, and even when you watch ASL, one of the first things that Protoss do if they scout you fast enough, which you can see DeWalt is, it's getting a little dire. Well, not really. Like it's fine, but he wants to find where Ozzy is, and he is going to scout him last. So that also helps Ozzy. But
yeah, exactly. Last.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
going 9.
The probe is going to get there first. It's going to give Terran more time to just get units out. He's still electing to not build a bunker. I don't know if I agree with that. I see DeWalt is also going for an expand, so he's also done his research. It seems like this is a common thing. What I was going to say before is that what generally I see, and he is going to go to wall him off. This is probably more normal. Pressure with the Zealots and then cannon him off behind. Ozzy does have his SCV though. Anyway, Protoss try to take Terran's gas and slow them down from being able to go into mech. And you can't do that really in fastest, or it would be really inefficient to do that. Oh no. This is a little bit harder because it's just not 1 to 2 zealots at the same time. He's got 3 or 4 in there, and he did stop. Oh, he stopped.
Oh,
The starport's not being made.
Yeah.
He's lost a bunch of SCVs already. He just lost his, he lost all of his Marines. He's got 1 Vulture. He's got oh no, the SCV block. Right. I've been there before. So this is not good.
Not at all. He's only lost 4 SCVs so far.
Yeah.
Basically lost all of his Marines, so any follow-up, he's still going to take damage.
Yeah, I think...
Such a different game than first Sim.
Oh, for sure. I think Nerves plays a little bit into it. I don't think he's dead, but I don't see why what DeWalt is doing right now isn't going to stop. This is just another version of what Cross was trying to do, just with a lot more success and a little bit different from Ozzy, because I think last time he went for 2 barracks quicker and then he went for a academy, where this time he went into mech a lot faster. So he might have had the same amount of Marines. Again, it's still new for me. Oh no, if he pulls the boys right now and it's just going to go for a counter. Oh no, he didn't. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I was going to say they were going to get shredded by those cannons. That was going to be terrible.
Thankfully, with fastest, and I'm sure a lot of people obviously know this, but sort of sometimes forget about it, is that you never run out of money. So as long as you can survive, you're still technically in the game. So you can just make it the ugliest game possible, and eventually you will equalize in terms of eco. So
True.
I mean, like, as long as you just have the base and the SCVs, then you're always in it. And I think Azzy is totally aware of that now. Unfortunately, he does such a damage where he's so far ahead. I think that, but there's no robo. I just realized. Oh, if he could have capitalized behind this, I feel like it would have been better. But it looks like he's just gonna try and brute force his way in. But I don't think that's gonna work as well.
Yeah, like, to build off of what you're saying, I guess even just off that last one, usually what I watch, and I am seeing it here, where DeWalt is just putting pylons all around Terran, so Terran can't get out. I saw that he did have a control tower, so maybe drops were on the agenda. Oh no, I missed it, but he just lost what looks like 6 Marines, 5 Marines at least.
Yeah.
So his Marine...
Oh, he's gonna lose a tank.
Yeah, he is. He is, for sure. There's no way that doesn't go down. And he did have a dropship. So... yeah, I do agree that he could have gone for drops, but it did... he could have pivoted, is what I'm trying to say. After he saw how well he was doing at the beginning, he just thought, maybe I will just build a bunch of gateways and then overrun him. He had the opportunity to just, like, if he had held as crazy as he did the first game and had just a bunch of units and was pushing out into the middle of the map, I really think it's time. I think it's time to build a bunker. Like, Protoss is not going to stop sending units. I think he needs to pull this siege tank back. He needs to lift it up in his dropship. Like, there's a ton of Protoss. It's not going to stop. He had just enough so he could two-shot that tank too. This is, yeah, it's looking dire. GG. Oh man, a very dramatic first game, and that's more of a death from 1,000 cuts the second game, I think. Still though, $15 is really good. And I think what I'm going to do too is I'm going to put each person, or at least each person who is the king, I'm going to leave them up on their tally so that everyone can see how much they made total. Still, that was like GG from both of them. Great play. I was trying to see, because I didn't see at the beginning of the game, so what DeWalt's choice was, and he did choose to play Protoss. So anyway, I just want to make sure. Sometimes people choose random and they get Protoss, and that just it changes it up a little bit. But that was still, I'd say, still really good. So I'm going to hurry and update. I'm going to update this really quick. Our wins. Do you have any other thoughts on that last one?
Other than, I mean, the wall definitely has micro. It's, I mean, for a background, I mean, we mainly play, like, you know, public threes, right, against players that are very casual. But when you see micro like what the wall had, that sort of puts it into perspective, you know.
True.
These guys are pretty good, yeah.
Well, and we already knew that he was.
Right. Even though he doesn't primarily play fastest, just off mechanics alone, like.
True. I think that maybe spawning at 7 o'clock gave Ozzy a little bit more of a, I don't want to say false sense of security. I guess it ended up being a false sense of security. And again, I know that'll be corrected, especially when it comes to Ozzy. He's going to have like a lot of pointers on what the goal was,
everyone.
Oh, which thank you, by the way.
Thank me.
So no, sorry, Applem just resubscribed, so I do appreciate it. And so, and someone already said stop looking at the bases. Well, I had to keep checking just to see what the tech was, and a lot of fastest is that. And anyway, so I'll make sure to focus on the battles and things like that going forward. I did miss, unfortunately, the Marines running into the cannons, because that was a very important part. So anyway, this is all still really fresh, but I do think that that's why he changed his build up a little bit. And I'll be able to review this, or we both will, whoever, be able to review this afterwards and really see the variations in his play, because there's a lot of other things kind of going on, or at least that we're managing right now. And with that being said, I'm actually going to message our next person, make sure that they're there, which he should be. I don't know if I see him now.
I can start host a game.
Yeah, let's just host it so me, you, and DeWalt can be in there, and then I'll see where he was our guy who he signed up twice to make sure that he gave me his right, like his correct BattleNet ID. But I actually don't. I don't see him. I don't see him on here. So he's had a long time to get here. So I'm going to see who's next on our list. That's too bad that we've had a couple of no-shows. I think it'll be okay because we've had more people sign up since we got started. Oh, I know. Awesome. I know who our next person is. Okay. I'm going to... But I do still think that Ozzy played well. I just think that he, if I were to look at the perspective of the Terran, to me, I would think I had more time, and he had way more distance between bases, and so I just, if it were me, I wouldn't have expected so much pressure because essentially all the Protoss was just being rallied into his base.
Hmm. Yeah. And sort of like how you see like Protoss versus Terran played out in like traditional maps. It's just a matter in that case of, well, I have such a lead and my army's gonna match, or overcome you at a certain point. So it's just constant flow, which
Mm-hmm.
when you get to that point as Terran, it's so demoralizing because you just can't keep a tank count or you just can't get your bases going. Obviously, as fast as so we saw Marines and whatnot, but it's basically the
Yeah.
same concept. So.
And I do see a lot of Terrans go for a wall. It's been a while since I've watched a lot of 1v1 fastest, so maybe I don't know. And I'm perfectly fine to say that I'm not sure like what the right strategy is there, but I would really imagine like at least common sense dictates, and I'm okay with common sense being wrong, but it like you should just have a bunker or a couple bunkers. And even after all of those losses at the beginning, you might need even more units, but I still think maybe you should give those units more health. Because if he had a bunker by his CC or even at a wall at the front of his base, I did message our next person. They are in the channel, by the way. They just haven't responded yet. So we'll give them like another minute or two if we need to. But I don't know. I think a more defensive posture would have been good. But Dwalt, he just knew what to do from the start to end.
It should have sort of, I don't want to say obvious, but it should have been a tell that the initial first four goons came in. Then at this point, hey, I don't think he's teching. But I think as he was banking on the tech, considering he didn't build, and just hope that he could like sort of make shortcuts to defend and survive. But I mean, we can always ask him, of course. But if I had to guess, and especially considering it's Azzy, he probably just tried to take shortcuts to regain all the disadvantage or regain that disadvantage. So
true. Once you've been buried kind of so far, you need to do that much more to try to get out of it. And I do understand that. And again, I don't even think that he played bad. I think that he played good. It was just kind of just one assault after the next. It's kind of like a beatdown after a beatdown after a beatdown. And which, again, I'm very used to as playing as Terran going up against Protoss. So, all right. So the person that is going to play next, they did respond. They said they had to take a nervous piss. So we just got to wait a second. But it's really cool to see DeWalt be so prepared too. And it also goes to show what Cross was prepared with is pretty standard, in that they both took their time to get ready for 1v1s because their builds really were similar. It just diverged because DeWalt was able to go for just that big push, or that constant push, maybe not a big one, but where since Cross maybe had lost some of those units at the beginning of the game, maybe that's why he went for drops, or that could have been part of the plan the whole time. Because usually, again, I'm just going to go off of what I've seen previously. You see Protoss put a little pressure on, wall the Terran in, and then it's just drops to death, just 1,000 drops. So,
right.
Maybe that was what was more.
Is this person?
No, this is not it. I don't know who that person is. I guess I should go back into that channel and say if they want to sign up, that they can sign up at just through that Google Doc. Well, Cross wasn't really spoiling it, but he did tell him in the chat. Cleesus was asking who's next, and he said you.
That's funny. Or is he this dude? Okay.
Oh, Ozzy did say he did that build specifically for Cross, so I don't know if Cross was showing that build on his stream or not. Dwalt is in a game called Benob. Okay. On a one rack factory opening, bunker is required. That's what RJBTV said, so I could see that. All right. Again, with a lot of these things, I wanted to have this kind of sorted out beforehand. And I did see it, but I forgot. And the top right corner, dude, this is crazy. Is Protoss just going to spawn? I'm going to change who I'm going to announce first. Yeah, it feels that way. Protoss is at 12 again, and it's DeWalt. Womp, 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 womp. And at 1, it's Cleezus. So... and he did choose Zerg, by the way. I'm going to bring this up every time. He didn't choose random, and I know we can see that in the lobby as well, that what he chooses, but I always double check with the Google Doc to see if they are going to change it last second. And I think going forward too, I will bring up before the game actually starts what they said versus what they're picking, because I'm not going to be too much of a stickler on that. Maybe if we announce the lineup beforehand, I will be, because then people can prepare for what each race is they're going to be going against. But anyway, moving on to just this game, I'm going to watch, you know what I should do? I'm actually going to get rid of DeWalt's vision, and he sees the Overlord. There's no way he doesn't see it. So I was, for Cleezus' sake, because I consider him the underdog, even though he is a normal fastest player as well, like us, a normie fastest player, I guess. I was hoping that he would see the edge of the Nexus and then run away, because then DeWalt wouldn't know exactly where he was. So DeWalt's going to get in. He's got the full scout. What's your take on this?
I wonder what that drone going down to 5 right now is doing, because he was just scouting 3. I wonder if he's actually looking for a proxy, because he knows where DeWalt is, so it's not like he needs to scout anymore.
True.
But there's a drone. Okay, now it's heading back. So I think that was just sort of a mistake. And we're seeing a pylon come up in the choke. How will Cleezus respond to this? Is he gonna pull all of his drones? Is he gonna pull just 3, or?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much Cleezus is prepared for this. But if this is a cannon, it's a shield battery. That is actually, and a cannon. Okay, so this is just, he's going to proxy and he's not going to stop attacking. Oh, geez. Yeah. I got to untake. So, sorry, guys. I should get the arrows so I can do this a little bit better. Yeah, that hatchery is not meant for this world. I don't mind him leaving it up, because it's just going to be a target for at least these cannons. He maybe could have started some Zerglings out of it. So he's got a couple sunken colonies coming up. He already lost a drone. If he watches 4 drones, holy cow, 4 drones. This is not good. He's got 2 more Zealots. I was thinking with these new ones, if he watches it close enough, he might be able to send those back to the shield battery, and he might be able to save it. Like each of his infantry, then he can send them back in. This is intense. I am really, really, really incredibly worried for our Zerg right now. He is getting more sunken colonies. Yeah. He just needs to worry about surviving. DeWalt's doing the right thing, and he's just going to go after drones. Oh no, I think he should run his drones to the other side of the mineral patches. Oh my gosh, that was 2 more. He's only down to 5 drones. Oh my goodness. And the hatchery's gone. He started some units out of the second hatchery, but he's only got 1 hatchery right now, just the second one barely finishing. And if DeWalt wants to, he could do more shield batteries and cannons up that, I guess, just top left part of Cleezus' base. And I don't know. I think what he does here, again, I'm not a pro.
Gonna reach that hatchery.
Yeah, it might even reach the spawning pool. So he needs to... do you go for the probe? I think he should kill the probe. I think that was a...
Nice.
That was a mistake. He could have targeted that probe, and now... this is not good. He needs to he should have put the sunken colonies right next to the spawning pool.
He doesn't have any money for the sunkens either.
No.
No.
He's trying to take a gas. It might be wise. I do think that Cleezus will have prepared for this as well, but I don't think he should be building a gas right now. I think he should be building drones, and I think he should be building sunken colonies. So, can this cannon reach the spawning pool? It can't. Okay, so as long as the creep doesn't go back too far, which since that new sunken colony came up, I think he'll be okay. Oh my gosh, he almost just lost another drone. So, more posturing from Protoss, and let's just do a base check really quick. He's got his cybernetics core. He's just getting some gas, more gateways. I think this is all fine. He is expanding, well, building another nexus. So Cleesus he does have his gas up. He is going to mine from it with one drone. That's fine. He lives for now, but this is going to be scary. It's just more and more zealots every time that he attacks. And these drones are on the outside. If he gets too much, he might just be able to right click that next to the hatchery, and that would be it. Mm-hmm. So... what do you think?
He's lost. Okay, he's lost 4 drones in that exchange for about 7 zealots. If it was any normal situation, I think Cleesus did a great job of drilling his drones, putting up a 3rd hatchery. Definitely best play so far. I do think that at this point, like you just have to like, in my opinion, go for like Guardians and. Slowly break out of it with the minimal income you have.
Yeah.
That looks like what he's doing, getting a layer. Maybe you can also build like spores behind it, keep yourself protected from Corsairs.
That's true. I think he will need all of the above.
Yeah, stay compacted right now.
I think it's his only choice. And really in his defense, because I hope it doesn't sound like we're ragging on him too much, he just... like, I do believe that nerves is a thing. All of the adrenaline, knowing who he was going up against, I think all of those play a factor. I do think he held really well. I know that's with being saying he did lose a lot of drones, and that's what's essentially putting him so far behind. Dwell is doing the Protoss thing, more cannons. He's lots to defend it, and at his base, it's been going for a minute, but he is getting ready for drops. He has his robotics facility, he has Citadel of Dune, and now he's going to have his Protoss, like his Templar archives, obviously. I do think it'll be Corsairs, so it's just going to go hunting for any overlords that it sees. There's nothing that Cleesus can really do to stop it, and as soon as those come out and pretty much kill what little vision he has, he is just going to be blind. He is building... sunken colonies. He is slowly moving up the tech tree. I don't know, I haven't seen, well, I guess it is up at the top right. It's going to be that spire. I do hope that he gets some Scourge out, and he's just really got to be on top of minimizing how much damage those Corsairs can do. I do think there's the Evo chamber. Okay, so he will hopefully at least have enough space to build 1 or 2 spore colonies like you were saying before, and I don't know. He doesn't have a lot of real estate to work with. Protoss bullied him literally into his corner without throwing away too many units, by the way. As soon as it stopped working, he stopped attacking, and that's when he took his extra nexus. He's even taking another nexus and started completely working up the tech tree. So this is, I mean, I know Zerg is supposed to have, not supposed to, but just generally speaking, has less supply than Protoss. But this is nearly 3-to-1. Like, just look at the supply. It's not very good.
And meanwhile, the wall is seeing everything. He's gotten 2 Overlord kills.
Yeah.
Seeing High go up at least right away. And Cleetus did a great job defending from that cannon from potentially killing his hatchery. Like, he built the 2 Sunkens like it needed to. Now,
true.
The wall can't really push in as much. So, he's done a great job keeping sort of that Protoss from, like, establishing himself into the Zerg creep. But
yeah.
Let's see how quickly the storm drops start to happen.
Oh, and it's a Reaver. So even before the storm drops get there, the Reaver's going to start. Like, and he can just put more cannons behind it. I was going to say he could put more cannons in front of it too. Oh no, we have a little bit of hiccup with this lag.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Maybe we need to pause. Oh, I didn't even think about this. We can't actually pause it. Maybe after this game, we can message these guys and say if there is a lag spike, we can pause. because I feel bad for Cleesus in this case. He might be able to micro against that Reaver and that shuttle and kill it, but he can't do anything. Can we message? No, we can't. Oh man. Maybe we just message DeWalt or Cleesus to pause, please, while we wait for this lag spike to pass, because it was fine a second ago, and I don't think he did this on purpose. I think he's just playing through it. My instinct is like, and the total Protoss move is to just attack while the lag is happening. Oh man.
Thankfully the lag's better, but the Reaver sort
Yeah,
of made the way for the Zealots now.
yeah. It just is what it is. Maybe what we'll do is we'll turn the turn rate down a little bit, but I do feel bad for Cleesus, because that lag gave enough time for the Zealots to get up there, for the cannons to get up there, and not the cannons, but to kill the sunks is what I mean. And then just the Zealots, the Reavers, his economy shattered again. He might even get the spawning pool, and it all started with that like 15 to 20 seconds of lag. I mean, he even has even less drones now. Oh man, are they gonna get that Spire? He's gonna get the Spire too. Like, he might be able to target fire. Nope, the Zealots left. Even in an Archon too. Oh
We tried an
man.
Archon micro, but now the mutas are gonna. Now the Corsairs are coming to handle the mutas. It's just a combination of everything coming right now.
Yeah, he does still have a little bit of money, so he could rebuild his drones. They did end up getting the Spire. I thought it was going to live. I don't know what actually went up there. I was too busy just kind of thinking about what we might need to do in the future. But he must have sent like that Archon or a few Zealots up there into that top right. So he needs a little bit of everything right now. He needs more sunken colonies. He needs a Spore, and he needs to rebuild his Spire. I'm hoping that obviously the lag doesn't come back. Oh, he's going to go for a counterattack. There's so many cannons. He might be able to get that shuttle, though. I think he should have gone for the shuttle. I know that was kind of a desperation counter onto the Protoss, but oh, man. All right, that's GG. Yep, there it is.
Great try, Cleesus. Great
Yeah,
try.
dude. Good effort.
Cleesus being really good manner.
Yeah. That was good on him for sticking it out. Going forward, if there's a lag spike like that, whether it's DeWalt or our next person, let's just pause the game, and I'll make sure I message that in the lobby, because Zerg needs, in that situation, being kind of down on the lower foot anyway. And I really am not trying to take away from DeWalt. He had a plan from start to finish on that one, and he did a great job just like executing it perfectly when it was attacking the drones, making sure that he was on low economy, and then following it up with just boxing him in with cannons, moving up the tech tree. When he was ahead, he took a couple extra Nexus, built a ton of probes. I mean, went up into Reavers, which I thought it was going to be Storm Drops, but he went into Reavers. So again, like he was in the lead. It just was that much more brutal for Cleesus for that spike to happen at the most inopportune time. And then he was just able to just not completely right click his Zealots in, but he just got on top of everything. So still though, it was, I think Cleesus did a great job. And I mean, DeWalt won, so he did a good job too.
He did okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I suppose he did okay.
Dude, that's 50 more bucks.
I'm gonna host a turn rate 16
Okay.
to possibly avoid that. I'll also ask to make sure that we're okay.
And then I'm going to respond to chat for just a second. Hamelisk and RJBTV, thank you. Thank you for the follows, you guys. We're up to 10 responses now. So far, so good. And we have a few that aren't here. Like the yellow one isn't here. And who was the other one? It was Grime Boss isn't here either. Those were the two that we're kind of missing out on. But that's okay. Next time we'll also figure out a way to send it as an event, so if they want to, which isn't going to be hard, they can add it to their calendars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see. Oh, they are here. When you're ready, go ahead. I guess you already did. Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Sick tight.
Right,
Yeah,
we
dude.
await the next player. Waiting.
I did ask him if he was ready. Let's make sure. Let's see. This name is super fun to add. Dang it.
Only 25 characters, and I think the person joined.
I should have just right clicked and then. Oh, it says I'm already friends with them. Okay, sweet. And then again, just really quick before we get started, I don't know. I think it's PJ. I don't know. Something MD. Thanks. Okay, so since we can see it here as well, that's fine. Let's just get it going. It is Zerg versus Protoss, though. Let's go.
Excited, pumped.
All right. At 3 o'clock. Thank goodness it's changed a little bit for our poor Protoss.
It's not rigged. It's not rigged. We proved it.
Our new challenger to challenge the king. It is our magenta Zerg Rancor, one of the best colors for a remaster. Then in the top left, it is our orange Protoss, our reigning king. Can you make it 3-0? It is DeWalt. Wow, wow, wow. All right, so this is a new interesting story that I just thought of that's developing. The first two games were TVP, and now the next two games are ZVP. So what do you think? And I don't know anything about Rancor, so if you know Rancor or anything about them, I guess, or if it's just Ash, let me know. I love the context, but the benefit that they have so far is they're not so close. They're not directly next to each other. It is Hatch first.
Yep. Which is perfectly fine. Now, I honestly don't know much about Rancor. I know Ash is a clan, I think.
Okay, that's what I
At least
figured.
I'd have to assume. Yeah. I've definitely seen other Ashes. I don't know if that's the same one, but personally, no, I don't know anything about Rancor. First time I even noticed him was today. But
Okay.
so far, his SimCity looks okay. You do want that spawning pool sort of near your mineral, so that way you can potentially build 2 creep colonies, sort of like how you would with the normal SimCity of Zerg.
Yeah.
But so far, it doesn't seem like he's too out of his element. I'm not sure if he's like a normal fastest player or if he plays fastest at all, but just judging by first impressions, he seems like he knows where to build his building so far.
Yeah.
Because as Zerg, there is definitely a SimCity knowledge to that, right?
Oh, for sure. And he also knows how to scout, I would say, probably most efficiently or pretty good, because he didn't send his overlord all the way to the top right corner and then queue it over. Or, sorry, queue it over, as in just, shift right click or whatever to the next thing. I like corrected myself because in my brain is like, you set Q to patrol, but nobody else does that. So that's just like, there you go, a little inside whatever. but he just did it enough to where if there was any Protoss buildings, he would have seen it. And I'm just meaning it at 1 o'clock. Then he's got his Overlord going to like towards 11 o'clock. So he's kind of doing the counterclockwise scout. And honestly, I don't know if DeWalt saw the Overlord with his Zealot, but he again is going to scout Zerg last, which is kind of funny because he sent his probe out the normal way. And then he sent, well, actually, I guess he was kind of counterclockwise scouting as well. But he does know where Zerg is now, and Zerg does also know where DeWalt is, where Protoss is. They both are taking, I almost want to say it's like a more economic opening. With Protoss, you can do both, so it's fine. Pressure with the Zealot and the probe, and then he's got reinforcements coming, and he doesn't actually have a forge ready, so he could probably start a pylon, but he won't be able to build cannons immediately. He can now, but not initially.
I'm curious to see how well or how Zerg responds to this, considering most of the time we'll see Zergs usually go for a choke hatch, so that way it's just less surface area to defend. In this case, obviously he opted for in-base hatcheries. Now you're sort of seeing, well, what does happen if you don't do choke hatch? Well, you're gonna get blocked out at your choke, and have to defend multiple areas above the hatchery, below the hatchery.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's opting to go for 3-hash speedling, which not a bad idea, but there's only so much potential for it. So
Dude, he's softening up these Zealots a ton. He had one Zergling going for the probe. So honestly, that was a pretty good starting attack, because now he only has 2 healthy Zealots. The other 2 are nearly dead, and he did a really good job. But if DeWalt wasn't paying attention, he would have been able to target that. Oh, the probe down. I think he's going to get both.
This is not a cannon. This is a shield battery.
Yeah. When I clicked on it, I was like, oh, that's crazy. Dude, so DeWalt's going to go for like a traditional wall, and this is like what you could potentially see on ladder if there's going to be a Zergling bust. He moved at least one of the, oh my gosh, for a second it looked like a scan because I don't ever see the shield battery being used. I know it's a different animation completely, but that sparkling swirl, dude, it got me.
But he scanned the zealot.
Another thing too, like if Zerg wants, they can send their, I know we've got a lot of pressure going on at the front of their base, but he's got his Overlord up at 11. I just want to bring that up just quickly, just a little bit, because wow, this is intimidating. It is just, dude, please build another pylon. Okay, he is at the back. It's like, oh my gosh, you gotta do something. Yeah, this Zerg, he didn't lose a lot at the very beginning, and they have been mining gas this whole time. More hatcheries. It's got a Hydra den, so it might be like a Hydra bust to break out of their front. And really quickly, up at 11 o'clock, we do see that Protoss is teching up. He's only building probes out of one of his Nexus, so I don't know if that's on purpose or not, and he is supply blocked.
Funny enough, he actually already has 3 forges, which not sure if that was planned, but I wonder if he's gonna actually upgrade from all 3, because otherwise that means like this dude is definitely going for just a cheap ground army. But
True.
It goes to Temple Archives. No 3rd forge movement. That's not that big of a deal, but yeah, it has to be a Hydra bust because there's no layer.
If I were to guess, I would say that forge was there just because, like, just for the wall. Yeah. It would be hilarious if he did use it. Like, shit, may as well get your shield upgrades at the same time. More more gateways. Sheesh. And
It's the same thing.
Yeah, essentially.
So.
It is Hydras. Again, so it's so different than 3v3, because in 3s you build both of your Hydra dens at the same time, and then you want to build both of your evolutionary, pretty much your upgrades for Zerg at the same time too. So you want to get attack and carapace, and you want to get movement and range, and it's just so different. He's staying on hatcheries. He's not gone up to layer, and it's just pure units. So it's interesting. I like it. Probably is tough for Zerg, but he chose Zerg, so he's used to it.
Yeah, he knows that tough life. Oh, he's going for the break, and while getting layer behind it, so
yeah,
looks like this isn't completely all in, but
no, for sure.
He either okay, I was gonna say he should try and break down the gateway first before trying to even like touch the zealots, but he's definitely not gonna break through this. But great job breaking down part of that wall.
Yeah, for sure. He got a cannon and he got the gateway. I agree with you that it was smart of DeWalt to leave his army in the back so that the cannons got pretty much maximum damage and that Zerg didn't just drag the Zealots forward. Sorry, Zealots forward. I'm going to still say it however I want to say it, but I'm just going to get ahead of that one. It was very intelligent for him to leave his army in the back. And then I think Zerg had that opportunity since DeWalt had his army in the back, he should have just targeted the front of the wall and saved kind of his Zerglings for when they could actually attack instead of getting stuck in the SimCity. But here we go again. I imagine he's got Storm ready, and that is terrifying. This is a really scary Protoss army. The micro is really good from Magenta, and he's got a really good spread. He's ready in case the storms are there, but there's just so much Protoss, and he built units
closer to the drones.
Oh no! It was a really good storm, and he got half the drones at least. He's lucky that wasn't all the drones. How many kills is that? The Templar only has 1 kill? No.
Oh, that was the
second one. Okay.
Yeah, that was the second Templar that died. Yeah.
Okay, I thought for a second, I was like, I swear I saw at least 4 drones go down. So he does still have 8 drones on minerals. He has a little bit of minerals in the bank, but not that much. And at least one of these sunken colonies is going to go down. He's going to have to rebuild those. And I'm surprised DeWalt isn't just going straight for drones, but he's got another army queued up. The macro engine behind this 3 Nexus Protoss with all of these gateways, it's just insane.
He has more gateways than Zerg has hatchers.
Dude, and more gateways than Zerg has attacking units. There it is, GG.
GG.
Oh, man.
Wow.
That was really promising for a second. I think where Zerg went wrong was not breaking that wall down first. And honestly, Protoss, he kind of scared Protoss into hiding behind. So maybe break down the wall, pull back again, and then maybe tech into lurkers. I'm sure Rancor knows better than I do. So I'm not saying that's 100% the correct solution. That's just an idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, personally, I think having gone for, or once you recognize that the choke is occurring, make sure you sort of keep that choke safe, or by building sunkens or by building a hatchery, and then opting for mutas rather than trying to take that wall head on. Because, I mean, this guy, Protoss, is probably teching behind it. He's probably going to have an army that won't be as strong in terms of like unit wise, but I won't be able to break the cannons yet. So I think going for sort of the subtle play or finessing the way through with mutas would have been a better idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Just kind of have enough to make Protoss second guess attacking and then going for like a counter. Mm-hmm. But it's, again, I know I'm saying this a lot, but it's fun and interesting to see what each player does, because then as we watch more of these games, we will see what like a right solution is or what a better version of something is. And Zerg is just tough as it is. Like you're working with so unlimited money and so few units. So Protoss is, and again, this isn't to take away from DeWalt. I can tell he's practiced a lot. He knows so far what we've seen. He knows what to do in each matchup, and he is very prepared. And he's just a really good Brood War player anyway. So there's a lot of praise to go both ways. And I'm working on being like more unbiased, I guess, where naturally I just want to be like, okay, well, Protoss have the strongest units as it is, and they've got stronger units and they've got more money. And they've got like, so there's definitely ways for Zerg to still win because we see it all the time, and there's still ways to hold on. I'm just wondering, and it's interesting to see as we go forward, like what the strategy is. And really, he did do a fantastic job early game, just holding on. I think it was that attack. So,
yeah, I mean, despite the circumstances, I think Rancor played well. I mean, the matchup disadvantage already from the get-go, but.
Yeah, and I think it was a really good game. I'll find out who's next, and then we have someone else who wants to invite their friend to play too. So let me.
Okay.
I'm gonna do just one more link in our chat.
Mm-hmm. Having said that, give me a quick second. I'll be right back.
Okay, that's totally fine. I really think Rancor did a great job, and so hopefully I'm not keeping Dizzy here because he said he was gonna BRB. I don't know if he's using the restroom or whatever he's doing. That was cool. It was cool to see Cleesus. So, like, we know whoever is going up against DeWalt is the underdog because DeWalt is the king. He is the overdog. So it was cool to see Cleesus almost bring it back in a sense to like keep extending the game and to even just hold on against that constant harassment. And then it was really cool to watch Rancor finesse his way through the early game really well and then have a really nice army into the mid game. To where again we'll see what looks differently going forward, and but just with how he's almost even able to extend the game a little bit further, we really haven't seen too many drops yet, and I thought we were going to see a lot more drops from Protoss. So far, it's been a lot of just aggressive control game into bullying their opponents out of the game. So let me look at who is up next. Well, whether you let me or not, I'm going to look up who's next. So I really do hope that we get to do this more often because I want to see these people again. Like I want to see Cleesus play again. I want to see Ozzy and Cross play again. I want to see freaking Rancor. I don't know who this person was until we watched him today, and their Zerg was really cool. In Rust, I haven't played a ton of Rust, but what's the term? Oh man. There's a term that you call someone who is primlocked. Zerg is totally primlocked in a PvZ 1v1 fastest. They are stuck on layer tech, the most basic of tech. You got to get your lings, probably upgrade for your lings. He did. You got speed for the lings, and you got to get all your upgrades for your Hydras before you even think about going into layer. And I'm sure there's different strategies. Just what I've seen so far, you definitely are primlocked as Zerg. And yeah, RJB is here. Dude, and it's going to be another Zerg.
Alrighty, I'm back. Should I go ahead and get started?
Yeah, go ahead and make one. And it's nice because we know RJB is here, is actually here because he's talking in the lobby, which feels good, man.
They're not actually here.
Yeah, right?
I'm trying to tone down my weirdness
No way, dude.
for this.
Let it fly.
No, I don't want to drive people away.
Oh, you're fine. Don't even worry about it. I'm going to link the chat as well so that if Kong wants to play, he can. He was one that I was actually going to message and see if he wanted to. We had a couple no-shows, and we've had a couple signups. I know it's pretty repetitive, but this is what's going on. So the guy who's in the lobby before, I think he's going to have his friend sign up, and then if Kong wants to play, he totally should. He could be awesome. Sick.
Ready to get started?
Well, I don't know what I was going to say. I'm reading your guys' chat.
Sorry. You can let me know when to start. Yeah. DeWalt has been yellow for all 3 games, but
Okay, if they're both ready, go.
oh, I'm excited for this one.
Me too. Okay, I had to switch over on my scene. In the bottom right, which I keep taking away. That's okay. In the bottom right, our red Protoss is DeWalt. In the bottom left, yeah. In the bottom left at 7 o'clock, is our yellow Zerg. Is he the Zerg hero? Is he the Zerg hope? I don't know. It seems like Protoss is unstoppable, but he is. RJB is here.
Is he the male Kerrigan?
Yeah, right? I don't know. We're about to find out. Is that like what, the Cerebrit?
I guess, yeah. Well, we can't assume their genders, so they never told us.
And it's 2023, so we can't assume anyone's gender either. So, but anyway, moving on. I was like, oh, this is what you meant by turning off the weird, which I'm totally just kidding. It's because I was multitasking that I also am just adding to it. With Protoss, though, is it just same thing as always?
It seems like it, yeah. 2-gate. And then transition to either 2-gate Nexus or 3-gate, it seems.
Okay. I think, and I agree with you, it does look the same to me. I think this is going to be the first time that DeWalt actually, I guess it's not going to be the first scout, but it's going to be the second scout. So he doesn't scout the entire map or nearly the entire map before he finds his opponent. So that's good for him. Not that he's really needed the help before, but that's good for him. And we do see that RJB is here, is going for, probably going forward, I might just say yellow Zerg and red Protoss. I don't know. We'll see. I might interchange it a little bit. But he's also going for the hatch at the front. So it'll be interesting to see if it is blocked the same way it was the first time we watched DeWalt, or if he's actually going to get that front wall up, that front defense up.
Yeah, Cleesus definitely had the right idea, but he didn't really get to execute. But we get to see, considering how RJB went 9 pool, he went 9 hatch, 9 pool. So he'll have Zerglings and or Sunkens out in time. So
yeah, true. I do. Yeah, he's already got his creep colony, and he's got. Oh no, he's gonna lose that drone to the probe. Oh, lordy.
Good catch.
But it might be worth it if he can snipe the probe, because then it's not going to be as easy for Protoss to just start the pylons and the cannons and everything. He's building a lot of links, which I also think is good. DeWalt seems like he's not as pressure heavy this time. It's not as pressure hungry. Get the probe. Okay, good.
Oh, nice pull.
Yeah, that was instantaneous to get rid of that drone.
And TR-16.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh,
he ended up getting it. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Because I was even highlighting like what the top drone would be, and it wasn't the same drone. So I'm so surprised that the Zealot just knew. He knew what the weak one was.
Yeah.
A lot of links though.
Right. Usually, sorry to cut you off.
You're fine.
Yeah, players like DeWalt, and I mean, I don't say good players, but players like DeWalt will be quite literally clicking on all of them to see which one to target. So, it can get pretty intense with their micro, with good micro. I mean to say.
Yeah, true. Oh man, if Zerg had known, I guess he didn't actually know specifically where Protoss was, but if he did know based off of that first scout, if he had guessed that he was at 5 o'clock, which is where DeWalt was, he might have been able to run past all those Zealots and get in on top of just some probes or the Nexus, something like that. But since he had to kind of just make sure where he was, he lost that small window of opportunity. I think it's fine, but just any edge you can get, I think, is good. And really,
and yeah,
go ahead.
No, and yeah, especially considering sort of the level that these guys play at, I think intel is always key. I mean, he doesn't know if he's going, 3 Nexus or 5 gate or, any sort of aggressive, and he can actually, respond to that. But now he sort of has to respond cautiously. So true.
And they are playing 1v1 ZVP. I'm sure they're used to it. He's got Zerglings in the right spot in case there's a fast drop. He's even got Overlords as well. And he's even sending another Zergling out to, I thought it was going to be 9 o'clock, because it would make sense to have Zerglings on both sides, because Protoss is probably going to try to put some buildings somewhere on the map to, those elusive drops, as it were. And all right, Protoss is going to find out for the first time just how many sunken colonies that Zerg has, and it's many.
It's a lot.
Yeah, this is like the first time that Protoss has been repelled in like an hour, at least 30 minutes. Crazy.
Wow, 6 gate with 1 Stargate. Interesting.
I'm looking at Zerg just because, again, I'm kind of more interested to see how Zerg solves this matchup, this this issue that is Protoss, and even his base design is pretty interesting. He's left a gap in all of his hatcheries, which is something I don't usually see. At least in threes, you don't see. Protoss looks pretty normal. I think one thing that is different, obviously, is just the fast Nexus, but you only have to worry about one opponent. And his tech isn't above his Nexus, or his Nexi, I guess, which is normally where you see it. At least that's normally where I build it. It's down at the bottom of his base. Looks like he's getting +1. Dude, and there's Overlords like, oh, he's going to get a scout. This is going to be so good for Zerg. Oh, but there's
Willie the Corsair.
The Corsair just went
I wonder if
past.
he just, I wonder if he purposely, because
Dude.
that Overlord's gonna die anyways, maybe?
True. Like, just let him have
Maybe
the
something.
scout.
Right.
He baited in some zealots into the front of his base, into all of those sunken colonies. So he got like 2 or 3 for free. So that's also just another good move. He is using 2 of his forges, but he's not using the third again, DeWalt.
Oh, he is using all 3.
He is now? Okay,
Oh,
he
the
just
third
barely
one is
started
the
it.
choke. The third one's at the choke.
He's got 4.
Yeah, he's got 4 forges, but
He's
he
using
is doing all 3 upgrades.
Yeah, but he's doing okay. That's fine. It really doesn't matter. I guess if Zerg did go for a bust, what's going on here? I guess his upgrades did finish up at his choke and at his main. So I know it's not the craziest thing in the world, so we'll move on from it. But it was just kind of funny to see that one upgrading, and then it seems like it started just after I said it. He wasn't using it. So I wonder if he canceled some of his upgrades so that he could start working on like Storm or something like that. I don't think he has anything else. If I were to guess, it would be Storm. He must have canceled something because that was way too short a time.
Yeah, I wonder if that did happen. Hopefully, it was an upgrade that he had just started, because considering how long they take, it's almost always inefficient to cancel them halfway through. So
Yeah, I wasn't on top of it 100%, but I was pretty bewildered. I'm pretty sure he just started them and then canceled them because he does have all 3 going in the back now, and he does have his robotic support bay finished as well. Then Corsairs out on the map, I think. Oh wow, one has 3 kills and it's supply blocked Zerg. Zerg's doing a good job. Now that we've spent so much time on Protoss, he's got Hydras in the right spot on both locations. He's going to lose another Overlord, so he's still just... Oh, nope. After losing it, he's supply blocked again. I was going to say, for a second, he was barely not supply blocked. These Corsairs really are paying for themselves. They might have gone down. Oh my gosh, they didn't. Oh, it's because he saw with his Overlords that drop coming in, but now he's still just... The dance continues, and... This is interesting how many sunken colonies he's put at the front and how he's like spanning them back. But I guess this is good because it's vision for his base.
So this is actually the laking that you want to get into as Zerg. Is pretty much sunkens and spores everywhere to handle the potential recalls, the cannons on the other side of the ledge and whatnot. So he's pretty much set. He's essentially telling the wall, I'm ready for high tech, or I'm gonna get into high tech and fight you there. So
okay,
I think at this point the wall probably recognizes that. That's why you see just the explosion of gateways and just building out of space at this point.
Yeah.
You even see the Dark Archon there.
I was gonna bring it up
to Maelstrom. Yeah.
I hope, I don't know what we'll really be able to see. Dang, this is gonna be a huge attack. Just a ton of zealots, and then. I don't know if, he is doing it. I was going to say, at this point, it might be worth it to just split them up so that some of them attack the Evo chamber, some of them attack the sunken colony, and then some attack the hatchery. But I was thinking, if he's got that Dark Archon, it would be cool to see him do the Maelstrom on the drones and then storm them so they can't run away. Because that's the first thing Zerg's going to try to do. But who knows? It's just maybe if Zerg sends a Mutabomb to his base, he will be able to defend it. But that's from a time that is nowhere even close. The Zerg handled this attack so well. Forcing
good
Protoss.
Storm, but good dodge.
Agreed. Protoss spent so much time breaking down the front entrance that all of these sunken colonies kind of in that arc. It's like a predefined arc for Zerg to fall back to. That's really cool. And now if he wants, he could try to just rebuild it while Protoss rebuilds his army. That was a really, really good hold.
Mm-hmm. And RGB did a great job of, he actually waited to bring in his Hydras while the attack was occurring at his choke. Pretty much to confirm that a drop wasn't coming, because that's usually the premier time to drop, is when you're also attacking them to get their attention away. But
Yeah.
we see the Overlords getting spread out. I thought that was going to be a drop, but yeah, I guess he picked up the Dark Archon. No, is that his choke?
Oh, okay. So if there's a counter, I kind of wish I'd spent more time just actually talking about how crazy that attack was versus the Dark Archon. Just the idea of it was so cool, because even in 3v3, we don't ever see it. But I hope Zerg didn't really take the opportunity to rebuild in that choke. And so Protoss it's taken a while, but he is, oh my gosh, that was such a juicy second storm. Followed it up. So many Hydras are just eating it right now. Oh, he probably should have targeted down that shuttle.
We are seeing sort of the macro explosion of Zerg also sort of slowly start to kick in with the 9 hatcheries that he has, but the wall's been just, I don't think he's missed a cycle. I'd be surprised if he has missed one so far, because he hasn't gone below his supply count, or RGB supply count, yet. So
no, not at all. It is a lot closer. I do remember I was thinking to myself a minute or two ago, it was about 150 supply, maybe a little bit more, to I think maybe 80 or 90. And then it was like, now it's shot up again, but it was really close. It's like, what, 100 or 110 to maybe 130. So as Zerg, that is insanely strong. He's getting lurkers, and he is not going into Hive yet, just more hatcheries. And it was cool to see all those Overlords go out when they did, because I think in his brain, I don't know if he actually killed the Corsairs or not, but I imagine it was something along the lines of that they weren't going to be an issue. So I imagine he probably killed them. So then you send the Overlords out, and then it's like, oh, Protoss probably isn't going to rebuild those, which kind of makes sense. But also, if Protoss does go for drops, he's always going to kind of have Corsairs, and he is queuing up for a drop. The shuttle's weakened, so it's kind of scary. But Zerg's not in position. They've been in position this whole time. I think he's getting ready for his own drop, and he's not at the top left. Protoss is going to do that, exactly what you said, attack and drop at the same time.
Oh yeah, I'm curious to see if RGB is actually going to just commit to the drop, because he actually flew in here comes a drop from 9.
That's what I was saying. Let's see if he sees it. It's right over his Overlord, but he might have tunnel vision. He sees it, but is it going to be a time? The storm, the Templar got out.
That storm. Preemptive storm. Oh,
but there's another one. There's 11. Another guy. He could storm the. Okay, so he got 7. I don't see the other one.
18 total.
18? Oh my gosh. Not complete disaster, but at least half, I would say.
And he's still holding off the attack, so as soon as he can get that Queen's Nest up, I don't see a Queen's... Oh, there he is. He just needs to get Hive going. He should be in a favorable position right now. He is sort of slowly getting his choke busted, right? But he still has the line of sunken behind it, and he just lost his Reaver. Oh, has another one though.
All races like to get choked, as far as Protoss is concerned.
That's all we care about is what Protoss wants.
Yeah, so you weren't wrong. Protoss. Anyway, so. Dude, these Reavers just put in some work. There's really not a lot of anti-air, so those Scourge were great. There is another Observer, though. He had just plenty to spare. Some more Spore Colonies, will help a little bit. Storms, though, he's had to keep attacking and keep fanning out. Oh my gosh, that drop's just going for it. Oh, but the Reaver's out now. It was out early. Oh, that's like 12 more, right? No, I think it was 6. Woo!
Yeah, I'd have to say it was 12, because it was a whole unit group.
Was it a whole unit group? Because I thought I highlighted some and they were red. So, but I'll just go with what you were saying, because I thought it was a whole unit group at first, too.
Oh.
Okay, can he get this? Oh, maybe if that was just a second later, he actually could have gotten the shuttle as well, and that's still just extending this push. But the counterattack, oh no! The Archon was there! Where's the Maelstrom? Ah! Unload! Unload! Oh my gosh.
Does he have
what is happening? Is it just a fake?
Oh. So there's a dropback going on at 5, but unfortunately, I think there's only Hydras.
Well, that's what I'm yelling about. Nothing. Did they actually get out? I don't think any Hydras. I don't think anything unloaded. I think it was just a fake. I think it was just a fake. Oh my gosh, because if it wasn't, that would have been... it has to have been. He would have unloaded in front of this Dragoon. Okay, so that's good.
Yeah.
At least it distracted Protoss for a second. Zerg is starting to rebuild that arc on the inside, but he needs, like... He has money. He needs supply. He needs, like, overlords is what I mean by supply. He needs lurkers. He's got Hive.
He needs things, yeah.
Yeah, he needs the units, but more specifically, he needs overlords so he can build the units. He had everything else. He had larva, which now he's just maxing out. I imagine it's just going to be hydras. This is starting to look more and more Dwalt favored. It has for a few minutes, but it's especially looking like it's going to be Dwalt favored.
God. And he just knocked on the front door and said, "Let me in," and now he's in.
I do think so. He's in. He's made himself comfortable. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess the play here is to just maybe snipe those Templar, and then Guardians.
Doing a great job. Oh, nice dodges.
Yeah, really crazy actually. Oh, but there's not very many, and there's another drop. It's just Reavers. Oh, and all the drones are on the outside again. Ah, GG.
GG.
Crazy. Good work, DeWalt. Yeah, that was it was really close until it wasn't.
Man, oh man, I was hoping for RJD there. I really was. I thought him maybe going up to high tech would have sort of figured it out, or at least posed a much greater of a challenge. But I think he just couldn't get comfortable in actually tech because DeWalt was constantly at his front. So
I think he had a minute. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, because he had the queen stats, so he was ready to tech into Hive. It's just, again, the wall just kept making him address, hey, the front is getting knocked down. You should build more Sunkens. You should build more units. You know, stop teching, that type of deal. But
yeah,
man, that was really just nonstop pressure. Awesome job by DeWalt.
My thought is that he did have a few moments of reprieve, but then what ended up happening is like they both kind of took a team timeout. Zerg had that really great wall in, and I think that's when DeWalt built his couple extra Nexus and really got his economy cranking. It's after he did that attack at the front and kind of broke down that front wall. That's when it was just nonstop. And it wasn't like what you see on 3v3 fastest where you macro out an army and you just move it into the enemy. He had Reavers, he had Templars, he had tons of observers, and not to mention Zerg the whole time was rebuilding overlords. Like I don't know for sure, so I'll do my own little guess of like, I don't know, 20 overlords were killed during that whole time. He would send them out and he would have good vision, and so then it would just be like one or two Corsairs just constantly just sharking around getting kills. And that was, not only was it money, but I think more importantly, like right at the end, he had a ton of money and he had a lot of hatcheries. He just didn't have overlords.
Right.
So I'm going to see who... Go ahead.
Oh, just DeWalt was everywhere. I mean, everywhere where he needed to be. So
he might be our eternal king.
Yeah. It's slowly looking like that. I mean, which is awesome to see. I'm curious to see exactly what's like other players. I mean, because they have to be watching, right? So
yeah,
they have to be like seeing. All right, well, he seems to be going the same 2-gate. You know, should I like look to preemptively, counter that? Not that there is really a hard counter, but all right.
And it's another Zerg. That's why I was laughing to myself, because exactly what you said. People are watching, so say, what do we do to try to stop this this unstoppable Protoss? And it's just Zerg after Zerg after Zerg. So I am gonna say it's Zeke. It's Zik. Zeke, or is it Zik? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'll ask him in the lobby how I pronounce his name. So I think so. DeWalt's in. And
is it this person right here?
No, it's Zik. So unfortunately, Ghost he's got to go.
Okay.
That's good to know about the Dark Archons versus Muta. That's what I was thinking, is that it was... Hold on. All right. I think he knows. And we haven't had a lag spike since then. I've been telling him at the start of every game, just that friendly reminder to pause if there's a crazy lag spike. But anyways, yeah, it's Zik, like kick, like let's kick this game off, huh?
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Indeedy.
Go, 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 go.
I'm about to leave this call.
That's fine. I'll just talk to myself. It's fine. Because it won't just be you, it'll be everyone. All right. At 3 o'clock. This is interesting. You know, DeWalt, he's made it to the point where he's played enough where he's taken tour of the whole map. He is our orange Protoss at 3 o'clock. I don't know if this is good for Zerg or bad for Zerg. We're going to find out in just a second, but he is 5 o'clock magenta. It is Zik. So if the Overlord goes straight up, which it will, let's see if... let's do it in reverse, actually. Let's see if Protoss sees Zerg, or if Zerg is watching close enough that he might be able to get onto the outline of his base and go back before Protoss knows. And then if DeWalt is unlucky, which he kind of has been in his scouting, he might go the wrong way and not see him for a long time. Getting impatient. How close is it? Okay, so he's going to go for the hatch wall off at his entrance as well. Oh, DeWalt's going the right way.
Yeah, so...
Doesn't matter.
The Nexus actually has a greater range than the Overlord does, so if the Overlord sees the Nexus, yeah, the Nexus will see it.
Well, I was hoping, since he was kind of coming from like the outside a little bit, that maybe he would have been in range of just the gateway. And I know as a building is building, it doesn't have very much range. So that was my hope. But he just sent it, and now it's parked. So 2 gateway, same opening from Protoss. No secrets here. And these drones are a lot more feisty than anyone else's so far. Okay, maybe not. Like, they're all turning to attack the probe.
Yeah. We are seeing sort of the correct fastest meta build here, though. The 9 hatch, 9 pull, 9 lord, 9 overlord. So
okay.
Zik looks like he definitely has the build already known. Saving up for the 3 lings. Perfect.
Yeah, we can even do this. We should start doing this too. /S and then sm.zik. So he is representing SM. I don't know what it stands for, but he has, so this might help our perspective. He's got 1,545 wins and 867 losses on this account specifically. I was highlighted on it, but it was off my screen, and just yet another drone goes down. That's hard for Zerg, man.
Same thing, yeah. Same thing that happened with the last game.
It is nice that he is watching everything from inside of DeWalt's base, so there's no surprises. I'm sure he's used to this anyway, so not just seeing the Zealots, seeing the gateways, like it's all no surprises regardless. But you never know. Protoss is the one race that can be the most tricky, the trickiest. I wonder if DeWalt will put cannons at the bottom of his base to help pick away at Zik's. Now that Zik has got an Overlord there, probably not, but it's an idea for later that he might put some cannons there to help pick away at the defenses. I guess we'll see.
Right, once the Corsairs come out, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Because, yeah, you can get rid of the vision, and then you can have your own vision and open up a door for your attack, so it'll be a lot easier. Dang!
2 lings getting in. Good harass potential. So, one different thing from the RJB game, other than the drone going down, is that he actually gets his lings in as opposed to RJB didn't know where he was, so...
That's true. RJB had to check and make sure. And, dude, he got at least 1. That's good. Any type of damage.
More probes than anyone else, yeah.
Yeah, 100% more. 100% more probes. Oh, man. Okay, so that link's just going to try to stay there forever. It's going to help with scouting. It's going to at least keep one Zealot at home. And aside from that, it's business as usual for Zerg. They've got a bunch of Lings. More Lings, I think. Well, yeah, no, I would say it's pretty similar. I'd say it's pretty similar to RJB. They're just all at home instead of kind of being set on the map.
DeWalt is making a second forge.
He's been doing that a lot.
Cybernetics core. There's no cyber core. And he's mining a lot of gas, so he's strictly just going for the upgrades.
Let's see how fast he starts his next one.
Wow. He wants the +1/+1.
I think that's fair. That's a pretty cool way to play, honestly. Oh, that Overlord. I'm surprised it didn't go down. Whoops. On my screen, I accidentally death scrolled. So this is good pressure. I think Protoss is in a position where he can technically throw all these Zealots away just to pick away at Zerg's defenses, and then he can macro behind it and keep the attacks going. I don't know if that was good or not to have your... I guess it was good to have your Lings out in front, but this is, again, it's just a lot of damage. That's a lot of... Dude, this is an insane amount of damage. He might just kill him here.
No, yeah, I was going to say. There's no creep colonies being built at home.
Yeah, this is bad. If I were Zerg, which these guys are way better than me, I would take all of my dudes off of gas and I would just make sunken colonies at home. It would just be panic survival, sunken colony time.
Oh, man.
Well, okay, so he's going to at least be able to start another sunken. We'll see if any... I was going to say, Zealot should be segregated off to start targeting down the sunken so that it can get under 100 HP. Here comes the drones. All right, so Zerg's been in this position before, so I have hope that he'll be able to defend it, but that doesn't mean he's not taking a lot of damage here. Go, get those Lings down. He's only lost 1 or 2 drones so far, but he has had to bring some off of just mining whatever resource it was so that he could build some sunken colonies. And he is so far just kind of abandoned the front so that he could queue up more units at his core, which is fine. But now DeWalt can do what he did earlier against Cleesus, where he just gets the probe in, and if he's got enough Zealots to defend, he can start building those cannon walls. He probably won't go for that. I'm sure it'll just be constant attacks on the core, but it's possible.
Yeah, and at this point, I mean, he has to go for a Spire, right? Yeah, he can't be going for any type of Hydra, but once +1 finishes, once like speed finishes, I mean, he's gonna need a lot more Sunkens to even survive, but he has so little minerals.
Yeah. I did notice he didn't go for the Hydra Den this time either. And he didn't have as much defense as RJB did up at the front. Like he had put the Evo chamber down. But anyway, aside from that, just another big attack, a lot of Lings, still a lot of sunken colonies in the back. The Spire's about halfway done. I think still it's a good hold, but Protoss isn't really losing anything behind this, if that makes sense. I know that he's spending money, but he's not losing his infrastructure like Zerg is. He didn't lose his choke. If anything, he's just adding more tech and more power behind it. He does have 1-1. There's not even like there's no evolution chambers period for Zerg, so that's upgrades are not even in the question. And as time goes on, it's just scarier and scarier for Zerg. Like, look at this army that's coming in from Protoss. This is insane.
This is +1/+1 is done.
Dude, he's queuing up an army. He was building probes. He's not right now. He's putting cannons back at his main, even though he doesn't necessarily even need to. And he's microing his Dragoons, just killing all these Lings before they can even finish off these Dragoons. Dude, this is... I don't know. He's dead. He's dead. I'm starting to watch enough ZVPs to know. There's not enough sunken colonies. The mutas are starting, but it's too late. Like, Protoss just got the... He got the kill in before Zerg could get to where he wanted to go. Dude, that's just the nail in the coffin, I think. Oh my gosh, crazy. GG. Dude, really quick, because I want to hear what you have to say, but I have to say this really fast. What we were saying at the start of this game where, okay, all these Zergs hopefully will be figuring out this Protoss is they've got so much data, like game after game after game to see what he's going to do. But it seems like DeWalt is getting stronger as these games go on.
he's also absorbing this knowledge on how to play.
Dude, he's downloading every Zerg he faces and he's getting more powerful. No one's going to be able to stop him. Oh my gosh. Crazy.
Are we gonna have to start putting handicap on the wall?
No. It's on the onus like of our challengers. If they want to be royalty, they have to do it. So I didn't publicly put the list on who was going to go up next because we kind of wanted it to be a surprise. But if enough people want it, and since it's the first one, I'm not opposed to just putting up the queue of who's going to be up next because that can also build anticipation. Still, Zick, GG, good job. I think he was very close to. He just needed I don't know. It's a long time in Brood War seconds, but maybe 30 seconds or maybe a minute, and he would have had those mutas out, and it would have been a different game. Just I think DeWalt knows that timing, and he hits before it.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
I'm sure he recognized, hey, there's only 3 Sunkens. This is my time to bust because he did try and also bust RJB same way. It's just that RJB, I mean, had I think 5 Sunkens and then 6th one coming up next. So
yeah,
he's been playing. I don't want to say the same, but he's been playing standard this whole time and just picking away at the few holes that he gets. So
yeah, I think there's an opportunity there. And I know it is just like, okay, let's attack with... I'm trying to find the best place to put this. Maybe I'll change the color. Has DeWalt chosen a color each time? Is he chosen to be red?
I don't think so.
Okay. How does this look if I were to set this? Okay. Oh, that's kind of... I don't like that at all. I've got just such a ugly little splash screen going on. I was just kind of thinking of what I could do to maybe fix it. But dude, Ben's got it right. He's like, so who will take out DeWalt? Jesus. Well, they better be praying to him, whoever goes up against him next. So we're burning through this pretty quick. I think, so DeWalt has won 5 games. He's got $75, and then Ozzy... Is that right? I'm going to make sure that I did my math correctly because I have been updating it as we've been going. So it should be fine. I think at one point I'll just maybe switch to a blank screen and we'll just throw it up there so it's a little bit easier. What happens if I just turn off this? It's kind of ugly, but it's fine. It doesn't have to look so great. I just want it to be easier to see the current king. Whatever. Okay. So while I get it going, I saw that you had muted yourself. When you're ready, and before we start the next game, I want to hear more of your thoughts on that last one.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize I had muted myself the whole time. I was talking, so that's
sorry.
super awkward.
Well, probably seemed like I was talking over you.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all, but I mean, I thought that game was going to play out, except just what RJB was trying to do, just wait until Hive Tech, and DeWalt just capitalizes. I don't know if the next player is going to play Zero, but I'm curious if he's going to do the same exact thing and just make Sunkens this time while also teching the Hive a little faster.
True. That's a good point.
Yeah. Not to say that we'll lose because of that, but that seems to be the goal here. So
wait, so because I was gonna say at least what's different is it is a different race this time. Ace was here in our channel, but he's not here now.
Yeah,
sorry,
I shot
excuse
him a
me.
message. I shot him a message, so hopefully.
DeWalt needs 5 minutes. That's fine. He's been playing nonstop.
Yeah.
Dude, so he's killed. Oh yeah, let's look at I'm gonna look at my history. He's killed a Terran and 4 Zergs, I think. Oh, I'm not showing it in my history. I think I'd have to go to create a game and then go to my last game. So it's fine. I'm pretty sure we've done There's an easy way to figure this out, actually, instead of just being stupid about it. I just want to make
here,
sure that I'm at the right spot.
He's back.
DeWalt is? Or Ace is?
Ace.
Okay. Yeah, we have done 6 games. I was just making sure. We're at $90, so we really only have, what, $60 more to give out?
Wait, how much?
We've given $75 to DeWalt, and we've given $15 to Aussie, so we only have 60 more to give out.
Oh.
And I'm gonna look and see how many more challengers we have. Oh yeah, look, here's what I'll do. Since it's all, here's Dizzy's logo. Look at that thing. I was able to use it. Yay! Hell yeah. Okay. We could even go, watch this. Dude, we can get real creative with it too, but not too creative.
Yeah, you can't be too creative.
Can't be too creative.
Not at all.
Hell yeah, this
No
looks...
one can be too creative.
Well, there's only one. If both players
No
are
one
ready,
else
we can
be too creative.
host it, but...
Oh, it's already hosted.
Okay, then I will join.
Awesome. Ready to get started?
Yeah. I'll count how many players we have left, and then I'll make sure... Again, it's the first time, and we already kind of soft promised Cross that he could play again, so I'm going to make sure that we give him that chance. At first, it wasn't looking super likely that we are going to have enough players. Sorry, excuse me. But then luckily, we got a bunch, and anyway, it'll work out. This time, there's hope. If you want to see someone else as the king. Yeah. Especially because it's not Zerg. We've got, like, DeWalt got super lucky. Same spawn, 3 o'clock. He's now the pink Protoss. It was so, not threatening. Pink, just a little Protoss buddy. He's just been on a murdering spree. No big deal. At 6 o'clock, I do feel bad. He's not Zerg, but he's in a crappy spawn. It's Soul Ace. Do you have any preliminary thoughts? I was just about to start rambling again, but let's hear it if you got any.
Other than just seeing how the Walt's PvP matches up and to see if he exactly knows the meta in regards to just mass Storm drop into Reaver drop into Doom drops, or if he just sticks with his seemingly tried and true style of going gateways. Because I think I've played with Solis before. He's really, really, really good. And he definitely knows the meta. And I would definitely say he's pretty fast too. So not to say DeWalt isn't fast, but I think if there is a Protoss that out of the pubs that I've played with that can hang with DeWalt, I would say Ace would have to be one of them. So
okay. I think I'm sure I've played with or against him before too, because I for sure recognize the name. And it was interesting because I was going to be sarcastic and be like, DeWalt's actually spamming faster than Ace right now. So he's technically the faster player. But it was Ace who, as both their probes were kind of holding hands, 2 ships in the night kind of style to scout 5 o'clock. He's the first one to go scout. Everyone. And then after pretty much the queued scout, now DeWalt gets to see what's going on. Sorry, I had a notification. So let's see, I guess, what happens. That will not work as well. Oh, no, he might lose. He lost his probe. That's not good.
Player, thanks for the sub.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Oh, my gosh, Manu, that's funny. So someone on YouTube is saying he's glad that he didn't end up being able to sign up because he would have gotten wrecked, which, I mean, I would have gotten wrecked too. It's freaking DeWalt, so...
Yeah. But remember what Klisa said. He signed in for free, so... Or he signed up, like, just whatever, and then got to play against DeWalt. So
True. That is true. So it's all about perspective. People
right.
you might not normally see, like you get paired up specifically with them. So these guys are pretty mirrored right now. I guess we've got.
We're seeing, yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, we're seeing a build order sort of skew though. DeWalt going 4-gate and Ace going your typical 3-gate. Oh, he just lost a probe.
Yeah,
He's gonna
another
lose a
one and
second
another one.
Is we gonna see a third? We are gonna see a third. Oh, DeWalt
Fourth.
fifth, six,
Was that it? Really? That was 6? Maybe 7? Oh my
7.
gosh.
Okay.
8 total because he lost one in DeWalt's base.
Mm-hmm.
So DeWalt is he's well over 12. I imagine.
Yeah, he has about 17, 18 probes right now.
That is rough. And I was going to bring that up as well, that he went for 3-gate Forge instead of 4-gate total. And maybe in a normal day, or just like if they were to rematch, that would hold better. But it didn't seem to slow DeWalt down at all, killing his economy. And now we've got another battle going up. And DeWalt, just like his macro is there at the very end. It looks like maybe I'll shift tab these guys. Oh no, it doesn't matter. I can't shift tab because they're both yellow. Their colors are so similar.
Ace did take a great job, and he actually has a zealot in DeWalt's base. Can he get a probe though?
He did. He did get one.
Nice, yeah.
He's got a long way to
that was
go,
his
but
first.
oh no. If only
Ace is doing a great job though, having some zealots at the front and then just sending one through. I would have liked to see him like sort of send it throughout the edges of the map, just
True.
to catch him off later. But he has a faster tech, so.
Dude, and you know what? I guess that's where that money went, right? So since DeWalt had so much extra income, he did take an expansion, or a Nexus, I should say. And on the other end of that, Soul, like Ace, I know Soul's, I assume is his clan. So Ace is just going straight for what I would say is DT. He's been mining gas the whole time. He's going to go up for a second assimilator, and the Forge is ready in time. So that kind of sucks, but DeWalt hasn't started any cannons yet. So let's say if Ace is able to break the front and the few cannons, because I've seen this every time, I just assumed that it was going to be 3 cannons up front, but it's only 2. So let's say he somehow miraculously kills those 2 cannons, and DeWalt is still pretty open, I guess, or maybe not open, but lackadaisical at his core and doesn't put a cannon there. DTs can bring it back or even end the game straight up.
Mm-hmm.
He just freaking moved his Zealots and paid a life. Not even an A move, just a right-click move into DeWalt's Zealots, and that was pretty rough as well. Yeah, now he's got to defend.
He is going for the robotics facility, which could prove helpful, but he's going to see it.
Yeah.
DeWalt is.
So it wasn't DTs like I thought it would be. Oh, nope. Even if it was, I mean, I imagine it's just going to be Storms, but even if it was DT and he's going to start it a little bit later so DeWalt wouldn't see it, that Zealot, I'm sure, saw that building was starting.
I think he was actually going for the Temple Archives first, and then he canceled the robotics facility, or he canceled to build a robotics facility, but...
Oh, okay.
Which makes sense. I mean, you see the cannons at the front door with more zealots, you know.
True.
DTs aren't going to be as helpful.
Unless you drop him in his main, but he's going to, I imagine he'll have some cannons. Mm-hmm. He was supply blocked for a second too. Now they're both supply blocked, so that's kind of interesting. It's weird that Ace also has a little bit of a bank. I guess now DeWalt does too. It's really easy and fastest to have a bank accrue just because you are getting money so fast. Oh my gosh, I was on the worst. I was following the worst unit because the Dragoons started walking away, and so it took my vision away. But it's just Zealots versus Zealots and Dragoons. I do think that Ace has more. I also think that it's smart that he's running back to be within cannon range, so that the cannons can help give him that, obviously, that range attack to help counteract those Dragoons. He might be able to get those Zealots on top of the Dragoons if he runs them around the side. But this is looking not so good for Ace. DT's popped out, though.
Oh, nice. Thankfully, yeah, the Dragoons didn't have range yet, I don't think, because he wasn't able to hit down that cannon. I think if he did, then it would have been a lot bigger damage than it actually did. But oh, DT drop, DeWalt desperately building cannons. They should be done by the time it gets there, though.
Yeah, he's got Dragoons that are going to be in position, and he started the cannons. So it's good for both players. DeWalt gets to build cannons and be ready for a drop, and then Ace doesn't die. He gets to continue the game, build his own Nexus.
Yeah, and meanwhile we're seeing the observatory, so he's not even gonna be able to hold mid for a hot minute either. So.
Oh my gosh. Get the shuttle. Oh my gosh. Oh no. I think it's wise for Ace to try to keep those DTs alive for as long as he can. And I know that's what he wants to do. Losing that one is pretty painful, but he can pick at units, he can pick at buildings, he can oh, the observer popped. Okay, well,
Yeah.
hiding that one in the top left or top right now is really smart.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I think I should point out, which I'm sure some people may be wondering, like, hey, is there the rule? So usually in 1v1 PvPs, we limit 6 cannons total. So that way the game doesn't go on forever. I realized we didn't actually say that to these guys, so we may be seeing a long game, potentially.
Oh, I didn't see that. Not that I didn't see that, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I knew about it, and I asked to make sure, and I meant to tell you, but
Okay.
obviously I didn't.
That's okay.
But yeah, we'll see how this game goes.
I mean, in Fastest 3s, that's like the biggest downfall. Protoss is starting to lose. Oh my gosh, GG. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't early. I thought he was going to stick through it. I know DeWalt had a big army. GG anyway. I thought even if that front attack, like obviously his front was broken, and Ace knows better than I do. Oh, maybe there was hope in case he got a couple storms off, but I guess it's true. DeWalt got so big, he had 2 Nexus for that much longer, and he just had that macro engine that has been destroying Zergs for the past 45 minutes. So, all right, GG, good try. I wanted to go through that and maybe figure out last second why he just quit, but I think the DTs didn't do what he was hoping it would, and then that army is just massive. Oh man, dude, he takes another one and another one.
Oh, man, yeah, we're seeing I don't want to say sort of a meta, but sort of definitely a big lapse in the difference of skill, so.
I don't even want to say that. It's just the reign of DeWalt right now.
Yeah.
I think all these guys, for the most part, I think we've seen a lot of good games. I just think, I don't know, DeWalt's a workhorse, dude. And we don't really have a lot of 1v1 stuff here specifically. I do see him every so often on just with Korean streamers, but this is like new territory, I think, at least for me. So maybe I'm projecting, but I'm going to look up who's next.
Yeah. I think DeWalt's considering he's just, the best dude outside of Korea.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely. But yeah, we should, if there is another Protoss versus Protoss coming up, implement that rule where no more than 6 cannons. Or 5 cannons, I mean. So
is it only 5?
Yeah. So they usually limit 5 cannons or 10 cannons and 1 at the choke. No more than 1 at the choke.
Wait, so you said 4 in the main or 5 in the main?
5 total.
Okay.
And then 1 at the choke.
Okay.
Including the 5, yeah. So this is the last game, right?
No, we've got so far the amount of money we've given out is $105. And
I see. 3 more.
Yeah, and DeWalt is getting 90 of it, and then Ozzy's getting 15. Then we have one other person in queue. So we've got this game, the next person in queue, and then we've got one more for Cross to do his rematch. And so it worked out perfectly that we have just the right amount of money for just the right amount of the plays, and yeah, then we'll just call it.
Nice.
Start planning for the next one.
That is definitely something on the list.
Okay, so it's going to be TVP.
Ooh.
And yeah, you're right, Frederico. He's already getting rich today.
Alright, while the game's starting, I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. At 6 o'clock, we have our terror Protoss, the unstoppable. It is DeWalt. At 7 o'clock, we have our newcomer, our challenger, Sky Terran. He's Sky Terran. Ha 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 ha. We'll see if he goes Sky Terran, but I doubt it. We'll see if he survives long enough to even be able to go Sky Terran. I checked. So DeWalt, we already know he's good. We already knew that before anyway. So what I've been trying to do is, I forgot to do this with Ace, but it's interesting to, at the start of the game, for me at least, just do what their scores are, I guess, what their history is with the profile that they're playing with. So his current games, he's got 752 wins and he's got 495 losses and he's got 9 disconnects. That's like whatever, it doesn't really mean anything unless it's all disconnects. So we've only been able to see a little bit of Terran at the beginning of the day, and that was with Aussie. And we did see, I think, some pretty good Terran games. I'd say really good Terran games, actually. I am concerned. Okay, DeWalt is going back to clockwise scouting. And so he's going to scout Terran last, which is good for Terran. Terran is also going to scout, though, and he's going to give himself away. Sometimes I just think that it might not even be worth it to scout as Terran when you know you're going up against a Protoss, because, unless he goes counter, is he going to do a cross scout? No way. Oh, wait. I'm going to try to not be biased, but my Terran heart is like, just stay hidden for a little bit longer, Terran, because you know what's going to happen. Okay, so he's sending a probe anyway. He was going to scout him, so it wasn't going to be the last scout. He sees him. Oh, he might lose his probe. It's taken a lot of hits, and there's another Marine coming up, so if he's paying attention, trying to kill probes with Marines is, for me specifically, is a personal struggle. And now, first things first, you just send your SCV, get your full scout. It's taking a Nexus. So Protoss went Forge first into Nexus, then got his gateway. He's going to have his, not his pylon, but his pylons and his cannons coming up. He can go for a wall here, cannons if he wants to. He's going to send another probe just to make sure that our Terran is at 7 o'clock, who is expanding behind this. No gas, just pure Marines. I wonder, he's probably starting a supply depot. Is he going to start an academy soon? Because if he starts, he needs to get his gas pronto. Terran is posturing, but there's not a ton you can do, and he needs to be careful, because if he starts sending in these Marines and he doesn't watch them, they're going to get obliterated. Oh, it might get that probe. Nice. Okay, so gets 2 probes, loses an SCV. That's going to happen no matter what. Might have been worth it to just queue it up and run it in circles. Worst case scenario, you just watch for that much longer. DeWalt, I wouldn't say is stressing, because he's got those cannons. If Terran had, I don't know, twice this amount, he might be able to break it. Again, though, he's just barely starting his academy, and he's got his refinery almost finished. I'm like so excited. I try not to click around too much, because I know as a viewer it's pretty disorienting, but I just want to see everything, and I want to talk about everything that's going on. So he's got 1 Zealot versus 7 Marines with another 5 Marines at the front. And I was gonna say, if Terran's not careful, he could drag those cannons back, or the Marines back into the cannons. I really think. What's up?
So did Protoss go Nexus first? I'm sorry.
He went Forge Nexus and then Gateway. And so far, historically, I think RJBTV is the closest one to beating DeWalt. I think just that S tier ladder player is just shaming all of our fastest players. Goodness gracious. That's okay.
Well, not to say that we should all feel bad, but DeWalt shames better and even Korean players, on a daily basis. So
I guess that's true. My first reaction is like, no, we all should feel bad. I feel bad, but not really. You're right. DeWalt is, and didn't he move to Korea not too long ago? I thought he's been playing in Korea, but I don't know.
Yeah, he's not there right now, but while he was in Korea, he tried to qualify for ASL, so which
Okay.
barely missed out on, but
Dang.
yeah.
Dude, look. Oh, actually, I remember our toast.
Attempt.
Yeah. There's no. Oh, that was so close. There was no cannons. If he was out of that range of the Dragoon, there was hope. There was going to be a pro barbecue. That would have changed everything. Yeah. Dude, I was hopeful. I love seeing the barbecue, the robotics barbecue. Terran's got a lot. Protoss has got a lot. Terran's got a lot. Protoss just more cannons, safety cannons. We didn't tell him that he could only build 5, so unless you told him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's only for PvP. That's only for PvP.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Terran can't die, but he can't break Protoss. Dude, he went double CC. Good for him.
Yeah,
Get it while you can.
Sort of calling that bluff on Protoss, right? Like, you're just gonna build Nexus. I'm just gonna build Command Center. So
look at this.
Definitely the right play. Get that eco advantage ASAP while you can.
He's got the eBay in the right spot, but we're gonna see Reavers, I imagine, out of DeWalt. So he's got a lot of supply depots. This is kind of what I was thinking. This is what's different from our new Terran versus Aussie. Again, Aussie was prepared, so he knew what to do. I'm just going off of just like basic level what I think should be done, or what I've seen one or two times before, which is a wall at the front for Terran, and then you just need to survive drops until you're big enough that you can do a massive push with mech and kill Protoss like instantly, essentially. So we actually haven't even seen very long games either to get to that point. But I guess he's gonna, what do they call it? Like the Bulldog or something like that, where you just try to bust down the front. That's what it looks like we're gonna see here.
Right, definitely. The one difference here, you don't really see the Reaver go in from the back, but I think this sort of works out perfectly fine as well. You're sort of just trying to bust the bunkers for the Dragoons.
Yeah.
Don't think he's gonna break though. I think the bunkers are just gonna hold up.
He's not really, well, maybe he is trying to target the Reaver. It didn't seem like he was targeting the Reaver as it was shooting down like the front of his base, but it might have been. Yeah, anyway, so this is, I guess it wasn't, whether he takes it or not, or as it is or not, it wasn't a critique against Aussie. This is just more of what I expected to see. Oh, ouch. And, oh, ouch. That Reaver is just, oh, almost died, but it is killing everything. I think he needs more SCVs up here. He needs some to, what? the sound effects? But it's true. There's no other way to say it. So anyway, he needs to be repairing and he needs to be rebuilding. It's got to be both. And I think another turret where the one was killed should be placed there too, because he might be able to thread the needle of the shuttle to just drop on top of these tanks. He'd lose the shuttle eventually, but he could probably get 2 Zealots out and the Reaver if he wanted to target Marines and the siege tanks. But
wow, great reaction. This guy pulled his Marines immediately as soon as he saw the shuttle. Down
to the bottom?
At the bottom of his base, yeah.
Okay. The problem still is the Reaver and the shuttle at the top of his base. This is scary.
Okay.
You're making the noises now too.
Okay.
He lives though. He lives.
Yeah.
So I thought that was it. I thought Protoss was gonna break, and he didn't. So the show must go on, and it's going to.
Yeah, this is exactly what kind of game Artosis wants to play. He wants to shell for as long as possible and turtle until he gets 3-3 mech and just move out and win.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he wants, and that's exactly how he should be playing mech, I mean.
Well, again, I'm surprised that we really, like, yes, there's a little squad of Marines down at the bottom of his base, and he is getting upgrades. I imagine it's +1 for his mech, because I don't know why it would be anything else. And he is getting more factories, slowly, but I think, yeah, let's see if he makes. Okay, so the Reaver does get out, and it's doing its slow walk of assassination to those SCVs. I don't know if he's going to get there or not. No.
Slow walk of an assassination.
Yeah, the slow crawl. I
But here
think.
comes. Mm.
Go ahead.
Oh, here comes the sort of advantage with playing this map with the droppable is you're gonna slowly see just that, slow Terran crawl push towards, their destination, which is Protoss, right? And
True.
down at the bottom, in between 6 and 7, you see, you know, this is why you hurdle and just go cannon and dropship, or not cannon, tank and dropship.
Yeah. Well, it's there's so much shield and health and damage coming at you. I feel like of course, there's actually two turrets right where the shuttle is going to be, and this is why you see, at least in 3v3s, you see Corsair with it. Oh, but that was interesting. I think he expected that shuttle to live so he could shuttle his army in one
Yeah.
shuttle at a time. But
Elevator, yeah.
yeah, at least elevator him in. Even if he tried to put some dragoons up at the top of his base, that'd be kind of interesting too. These shuttles are causing a lot of damage, and like you said before, Terran is making his push. He's got 3 tanks at the bottom with the Marine, and if DeWalt doesn't respond to this, which he's starting to send units now, but this isn't even enough. He's sending in groups of units at a time. He's not sending enough units at a time, and this is actually getting to the point where it's kind of taxing DeWalt a little bit, because this is the first time that he's kind of been attacking and defending at the same time. Usually he can do one or the other. Terran doesn't have enough. I think that...
Here comes another set of drops.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to turn into base trade, but it is going to feel a little base tradey because, oh my gosh, there's just so much Protoss that's going to be in at the top left of his base.
But the DTs are clearing it away, so we're seeing right now Protoss is slowly winning these battles.
These little micro skirmishes.
Yeah.
So he hasn't lost any workers yet,
Reaver.
but he might. He might. Bah! Where's going on?
You'll run away with the Reaver.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the Reaver is attacking the siege tank and he gets it, but the SCVs get away. So he needs to bring, in my opinion, he needs to bring some siege tanks down, and he needs to clear this Reaver because this Reaver is going to stay forever. He's got a ton of money still, so it's not the end of the world.
He got it. Nice.
He did get it. That was good job by both of them. Terran, even though it slowed him down, he didn't lose a lot of SCVs, and Protoss did a good job at clearing the siege tanks with those DTs. So we're kind of at a net loss or an even playing field.
Mm-hmm.
As the game goes on, probably still better for Terran because they are going to migrate or transition more and more into mech, and that is way more powerful than bio is. So I think just the game extending is a good thing. Oof, that was brutal. That was good to have those DTs just kind of waiting there. Oh my gosh, this is are these shuttles all full of units, or is this just oh my gosh, what's going on? Oh, these shuttles, what's going on?
Oh, great job getting an Archon up there.
Yeah, Archon and a DT. Oh my gosh. I hope most of those were empty.
It can get really tricky if you're dropping, say, on the cliffs of in between 9 and 7. You can really only fit like 1 tank or 2 units at a time up there. But these vertical cliffs that you see running down from like 12 to 6, they are usually like a more accommodating cliffs. So
True.
Otherwise, you wouldn't actually be able to land like an Archon up there. But
That's a good
definitely
point.
taking full use of that. Wow.
I think what Terran should do once he gets the chance, because I know he just needs to be building, like everything that he's doing right now, I think is the right thing. If I were to just say like an addition to, he should probably start +2 because they're both on 1-1 right now. And Terran skills with their mech upgrades, as we know from watching ASL or 1v1, whatever ranked ladder stuff, that mech really does scale pretty amazingly, and he's supply blocked, which isn't so good. They're both supply blocked, but 20 supply difference is still a lot. Anyway, get those upgrades, and I don't see why he doesn't start making some science vessels because there's just so many DTs out on the map. On the Protoss side of things, again, just based off of this could be inaccurate, but from what I have seen other Protoss do is they cannon up in the middle, just like they do in 3v3. they cannon up above Terran's base and on the side of Terran's base, whatever they can. And they do what you do in 1v1s where they start putting gateways and things like that in the middle, or let's say at 3 or 5. Okay, so he does have at least a nexus going on at 5 to get that extra gas. That'll be helpful since he can't really get too much gas at 6 o'clock. But look at DeWalt's money. He could either again start building bases somewhere else, or throw away some probes and have a bigger army. You've got so much more money that you would even know.
Here comes a drop at 7. It doesn't seem like it's going to do all too much, and he had a lot of turrets for it. Oh, but is he going to get the storm? Oh, no, that's unfortunately not the right way to storm the...
Not the Terran.
Dang it. Yeah.
That was close.
So, usually, I'm pretty sure you do see those cannons, but in this specific scenario with the Terran being right next to you, I think the threat of a drop going up all the way around is unlikely versus seeing the drops come from right next to you. So, but yeah, I think normally any other scenario, DeWalt would just be cannoning up everywhere.
Well, and even if he went into the, like, let's say if that same drop happened, but he just kind of went to the middle top-ish part of his base, in Terran's base, and then beelined it to the left and did a drop, I think that would have been way more successful. But probably part of the reason why he hasn't just gone straight to the left to drop, unless I misinterpreted what you said, is because Terran had that territory more or less. He had just a bunch of siege tanks and vision between their two bases that, of course, Protoss will try to be sneaky and maybe go around. But maybe that's not what you meant, though.
Oh yeah, sorry. I meant like the Terran dropping Protoss right next to him is basically the reason why we're seeing DeWalt not necessarily build cannons everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Especially on top of this map. But yeah, the mid cannons definitely would help, especially right now.
Would have just slowed or Terran down.
Right, yeah, right now definitely. But...
Dude, and he targeted that Templar down so damn fast. That was like the first shot that those tanks had where to just massacre that Templar. Dude, it's the same trap that Terran always falls into. Their supplies are like even. They've equalized. Now it's gotten cleared up, but he didn't max out when he moved out into the middle of the map. And to me, it's like, dude, that's the trap that I always fall into. You freaking move out, they collapse on you, you lose everything, and then they can just counter and kill you. Luckily, it's not so cut and dry in a 1v1 as it is in 3v3. Protoss does have to... I wonder if DeWalt's just getting tired. He's been playing for a long time. I wonder if fatigue is setting in.
That definitely has to be part of that thing. Oh, here's another drop coming.
Do you see 5 o'clock?
Yeah, but he's gonna get a drop off 7. Oh,
he only got, okay, he got all but 2 SCVs, so that was really good. That was really good. At first I was gonna say, what if all the, no, he didn't. He sent a lot of SCVs away. Okay, I thought Terran was gonna target down the shuttles as they came in, but they didn't.
Yeah, he has about 24 SCVs left mining minerals, so he definitely got a lot, but
it's
that
still
could have been a lot worse.
He's only building. Okay, now he started queuing up more carriers for this transition. This is kind of scary. He's in a precarious situation, and I'm even talking about DeWalt because he doesn't have a lot of cannons, and Terran is literally knocking at his door. Dude, Terran needs to get build a detector. Anyway, cannons, or not cannons, carriers, I know they are kind of the win all situation or like unit in the game. And he cleared this really well, so he's buying himself time. So it's fine. Just for a second there, when that attack first started, when Terran was like right outside of DeWalt's base, I was concerned for DeWalt because Terran could have pushed in before the carriers were ready, and that would have just obviously caused it could have ended the game. But he did a really good job at clearing it. And we continue. We just got to wait, a few minutes for just him to remax on carrier, and we'll just see if Terran can even scout it in time.
Oh, he just scanned it. He just scanned
Did
the
he?
carriers.
I was just on that screen waiting to see if that was going to happen. Okay. So this is good too. Now Terran can get ready in time. This is... man. This is awesome. This is like one of the first late games that we have. A big drop.
Another drop. Oh no. Is he going to defend it?
Target the supply depots at least, or the Marines are good. Oh, it's storming everything.
Storm. Got about 4. Wow.
This is crazy.
Got about 7 SCVs so far, but the Reavers, are gonna make this messy to clean up.
For sure. And now, this is fine. I was thinking Wow. Just exactly what you said. The Reavers made it difficult for him to clear it up, and now he's going to start mining a little bit later. He's got more gas even than DeWalt does, but Sky does, but then just not enough minerals. And even just the delay. Wait. What is... There's a shuttle in the very bottom left corner, and it might have a Templar in it. Okay, he's sending some
I think he
Marines.
sees it, yeah.
Okay, good. Because that happens in 3v3s too.
This is the transition period where Protoss has that issue where, okay, I'm getting carriers, but I don't have the units, and this is the part where Terran should capitalize. But the wall is doing like such a good job just keeping Terran like don't leave your base. Like, I'm gonna keep you here for as long as I can until I can get my carriers up. So
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna emphasize as well. That he does say, dude. Even turning it into an Archon, it probably has more shield and health, so it just buys that much more time. Terran hasn't had a chance to go attack because he's been defending against these crazy drops. Dude, DeWalt has like still seriously so much money. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He
plays the fastest mineral part really well.
Yeah, he does. He for sure does. It might, if he did get rid of some probes, and he's doing great without it, but he'd be able to have a bigger ground army during that transition. Oh, Terran again. Oh, Terran again. He just has to keep running away because, oh my gosh.
Oh, we see a ghost. There's a covert ops that's being covered up by the barracks. But
What
do we
the
see
heck?
a nuclear silo? I don't see a nuclear silo anywhere, so I'm assuming it's just for lockdowns.
It's gotta be. I would love to see lockdowns. I'd love to just even see a ghost.
Oh, you see 3 right now, or 2 right now? Or 3, right now it's 3 on the map.
Dude, he is still stuck at like 160, 170 supply, just constantly defending these drops. DeWalt is going to
Oh,
have...
here comes the carriers.
He's got 8. He's got carriers, and he's probably going to load up just another shuttle with Storm. I don't think... Dude, Terran doesn't have Valkyries. He doesn't have Ghosts. Shoot, he doesn't even have Goliaths. He just started the starports in the top left of his base, but they're not making anything right now. He is up to 180, 190 supply now, targeted down. So I don't even know if I don't know if lockdown finished. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's a Reaver and 2 Templars.
Man.
It was looking good for Terran for a minute, and now we're back to it's looking good for Protoss. It's looking good for DeWalt.
Yeah, normally the response to carrier specifically would be cloaked wraiths, and
Yeah,
you would just hunt down the observers because Valkyries
cloak.
just don't do enough. But yeah, I mean, he can't even get his feet set to build wraiths. I mean, he's like stumbling to build Goliaths and turrets. He doesn't have Goliath upgrade or range upgrade yet, although he is getting it.
I think
Meanwhile,
Go ahead.
oh sorry. Meanwhile, DeWalt is just landing Reavers as you would tanks and just sieging away on the academy, and armor's gonna go down.
Yeah, and if he starts targeting all these supply depots in the bottom of his base, then he's going to be massively supply blocked. I'm kind of surprised DeWalt didn't just right-click on the command center. You see a lot of Protosses do that. I was also going to bring up that Terran was trying to push the front of DeWalt's base, and he technically broke it. Not that there was a ton of cannons there in the first place, but he doesn't have enough to defend at home to go capitalize to kill DeWalt, I guess, or to keep pushing forward. It was, oh my gosh, it's not over yet, but it's starting to look worse and worse for Terran. He's not supply blocked because his supply is just so low. I'm bummed. He had time to prepare, but the harass was so good from DeWalt and the drops. He had that one iffy drop, but everything after that was just so strong that he didn't have, like, he's just rebuilding to constantly counter the drops, that he wasn't ready for the carriers. This is what I think anyway. Even though he knew that it was coming, he couldn't get ready for it.
Right. No, that's exactly what it is. And I mean, it's like, yeah, he could have prepared for it earlier, but then would he have the threat that he was able to possibly muster? You know, obviously that didn't come into play because of the drops, but you know, he was sort of banking on, I need to do as much damage as I can.
Right.
Like, risk making Goliaths as late as he can, so.
Dude, we're going to see Terran die from Carrier Reaver.
I mean, that's the greatest play of all. Like,
So
if
sad.
anyone here's if anyone here is watching us play and never played Fastest before, you can get far with going carriers, make cannons, make reavers, and then make carriers. So
Yeah.
CRC.
Dude, he was this is our Terran Hope, man. He's the one who took DeWalt the distance, the longest game I think DeWalt has had. And yeah, look at this. There's nothing to even counter these reavers that are just
Yeah,
now they're shooting at the
double-digit
bunker,
kills.
but
Yeah.
before they were,
GG.
yeah, GG. They were going to take out that CC. Man, DeWalt, he cannot be stopped. He is a mad lad.
Or who can stop him, you know?
Nobody. That's who. Dude, he's made $100 today. It's going to be easy for me because I
Nice.
can just transfer one person $100, and then you'll have to transfer. I guess you just transfer me still or whatever. It's like you could
I'll
just.
just give it to you. I'll let you handle the logistics.
Dude, good job on DeWalt's side because that was it. That Terran really did. Sorry, I'll just say Sky. Sky did a great job. I didn't mean to do that. I back and forth with both of them where I'd say one is like Protoss or Terran. It's not that I was like, I wasn't doing that on purpose. I guess is what I was trying to say. But Sky had really dragged it out and he almost got to where he wanted to be, where he was exclusively on mech. He just needed a little bit of air. He just did everything, I don't know, well up to a certain point. He's defending really well. He's all over the map. And just that carrier transition before Terran could react. I gotta use the restroom though. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that was. I mean, Terran knew, or Sky definitely had the right idea of what to do. It's just, man, the wall was just constantly putting on the pressure, and I see where he was going with the lockdown, and I'm pretty sure it was lockdown. I don't think he was going for nuke. Not that he couldn't have gone for nuke, um, but it was just like so many carriers that I don't think the energy would have been ready in time. Plus, you sort of have to have a medium in between the ghosts and the carriers. So whether that be like Wraiths or tons of turrets or Goliaths, but not to say he couldn't have pulled it off, but it was going to be hard to. Curious to see who we see next. Oh.
Ooh. Crazy, 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 you guys. I never stream during the day. And so, like, having to refigure out my lighting has been pretty funny. I don't know if Dizzy's here or not. Okay, you are. All right.
Alrighty.
So I believe our second to last player, if he's here, should be Kong. If he did sign up. Oh, it's Ghosty. So I guess Kong didn't sign up. Unless it's Kong playing as Ghosty.
I don't think so. Yeah. I don't think so, but I'm also not sure.
I'm gonna snack a little bit.
Oh, I got a nice, lovely kick from BattleNet. What is going on?
Yeah,
All right,
Piano,
let's
I
change
agree
the
with
name.
you. I do think that DeWalt, I was gonna say all things considered, which makes it sound like it's a detractor, and it's not. Maybe all things considered is in what my perception of normal is about building all over the map, and I don't like. I haven't watched enough 1v1s to know what the traditional 1v1 fastest is. I just have just a relatively small sample size. Yeah, when it was looking a little so-so, he did an amazing job at keeping Terran busy while he tech switched, and then he was able to close it out. I agree. Yeah, Frederico. He had, like, as before, he had an opportunity when there's only 4 carriers out on the map. So it is going to be another TVP, which is cool because now we can actually see just again what the Terran solution is, and they've gotten a little bit closer than Zerg has on solving the DeWalt dilemma.
Yeah. We've seen different interpretations of them, you know.
For sure. Well, if they're ready. Oh,
No, they'll both be right back.
okay. Never mind. Sorry.
I think you should throw out an advertisement there. What is it? Be ready for the next one.
Oh yeah. Well, and also I think we missed some stuff. So Protoss player gave out a community sub 41 minutes ago. So thank you a ton, Protoss player. You're a badass as always. And a wordy, thank you for the follow. And I hope we can make this a regular thing. I was concerned that we weren't going to have enough people sign up. And then I thought maybe it's because there was like a monetary thing behind it. Maybe it just was like too intimidating. So I was going to follow it up with maybe we do like a week or two where we just do some show matches or something that are 1v1. That way it's a little less pressure, I guess, and get more involvement. But as soon as we started today, we had a lot. So that was really cool. And I'm hoping right now, like I said, it would be a lot of money to do this like every week or every other week. So I'll talk with Dizzy after this, or I'll think about it, since I know I was kind of the one to spearhead it. So I'll see what's reasonable. Maybe like just doing a budget or something is the right idea, and because I want to keep doing it because I think this is great. And any content for Brood War is good content, I think, for the most part. I don't think that if there's stuff that we can come up with and that we can do as a community, like that's what I think. For me, that's what it's for. So I hope that there's another one. And I think I like the longer that we go throughout the day, the more I plan on it. Yeah, we'll just see. I guess I can't make any promises exclusively, but I think we'll do another one, right?
Yeah, that sounds like fun. They're asking you to invite.
Ask Dell to freaking come fight against. That would be funny. Get into his chat, send him a quick donation, be like, "Hey, we're doing a 1v1 King of the Hill. Can you defeat DeWalt?" All right, they're ready, right? Yeah. Oh crap! We're fine. I just had to alt tab. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, at 6 o'clock we have our next challenger, our second to last challenger, the Brown Terran Ghosty. I wonder if he'll build any ghosts. Dude, Sky too. We should ask him how close he was, which, by the way, again, GG to him. He had a really good game. I think it was just at the very tail end, which I consider very late game, was some so-so maybe. Not so-so, but just miscues, I guess. But but not Miss Q. Anyway, up at 12 o'clock, we have our yellow Protoss, the unstoppable, the DeWalt dilemma.
Boing, boing, boing.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, geez. Anyway, so yeah, that was the wrong time to give Sky that shout out. He did a good job, though. DeWalt is playing super good. I can't believe how well he's prepared. He's been able to like show a wide variety of games. I know he's kind of had a similar opening every single game, but he's had a verse. Now he's on his third-ish Terran, and he's had a PvP, and he had like 3 or 4 ZVZs. So he's gone up against everybody, and dude, he's just like playing really, really well.
Yeah, and this time we're seeing Ghosty go for 2 racks. Not sure if that's why Sky went last game, because I showed up a bit late, but seeing Bio play. I wonder if he's going to try and make an effort to knock out Walden, or if he's sort of going to take it and...
Oh no, we might lose Ghosty. Really quick, I guess they're fine. I should still remind them that if there's a lag spike to just pause. But if it's so early, I guess, that it's fine. This looks really close to what Sky did. So Sky went, I think he went a faster CC, but he did end up going 3 racks and a CC before he took a gas or an academy. So this looks a little different than what Sky did. It's less economy focused. Obviously, he's going to tech faster. He's going to have range quicker. There's a lot of things that he'll be able to do differently. And on DeWalt's end, it looks almost the same. Oh my gosh. What is he? Oh no. He went past 6 though, right? Did he scout it or not? I'm pretty sure he...
Hold on, let me message and then...
There we go. Yeah, let's just wait it out for a second. Let's see if it improves at all. It is Ghosty it wants to drop. I'm glad that they paused for a second.
Oh, nice micro. Or a nice ring around the rosy, at least, with the Marines.
Yeah, he only got 1 so far, but he got another one. I had to walk away for a second because, well, the game was paused. I was just grabbing my heater.
This is the part where you definitely have to be careful with going bio as Terran versus a Protoss, because you're just... Obviously, it's so much harder to micro Marines than it is to micro Zealots, and meanwhile, you're getting cannoned in, so this is where, again, I want to see if he sort of just accepts it and, tries to bust out with bio, or if he, is going to opt to go mech.
Yeah, and I don't know. Okay, he definitely sees it now. He didn't for a second. He's got it like 5 seconds. Okay, he almost reacted in time to be able to get that probe. And oh no, it's another lag.
Please. Okay.
Please.
We should have asked Ghosty where he was from. If he was from not Europe, we should have made a TR-12. But
yeah, true. Protoss is doing the Protoss thing. He's going to go around, going to be able to clear out some supply depots. I guess not. He's just going to go straight for some SEVs. Oh, please micro those Marines. Okay, he's doing an all right job. It's also way more forgiving as Protoss. Like, you can take way more shots from, like, with a Zealot than you can with Marines. Isn't it 3 hits with a Marine and it's dead? Versus Zealots, dude. You could just see, like, they were just ignoring the peppering of Marine fires that killed SCVs. Well, like you said, it's mech.
Yeah, he took out 3 SCVs, which is pretty good. But for 4 Zealots, I think they could have gone better with that one. But I mean,
nice.
Still 3 SCVs, great job. Man, you're really letting your Protoss buy a show.
Well, like, I can't help but vote for the underdog a little bit, and we all know the feeling of being cannon rushed. And also, I'm not totally against DeWalt. I'm not totally against Protoss. The game wouldn't end if this cannon push, whatever, got pushed back. Whereas if he keeps pushing with these cannons, which, I mean, there's a probe back again anyway, so it's fine. What I'm really rooting for is just another longer game. Anything that's like 12 minutes and above is what I'm thinking, or what I'm hoping for. So it's I get the bias because it is real to a point, but it was a little bit more nuanced this time than just like rooting against him, because I just don't want this to kill our Terran. And as each Marine dies and he's not even starting siege, like I'm almost positive that machine shop just finished. So there's an SCV just chilling up at 1 o'clock, by the way. Anyway, I think DeWalt's doing the right thing. I think DeWalt's doing the right thing where he's kind of just building an arc of cannons, and that's really more of a control move instead of pushing in with the cannons like he would do against a Zerg to try to kill the player. Looks like he's going to get the probe again. Well, rip. He had to pay with it for a Marine, but it's not so bad. He's got siege coming, but no tank. So again, I don't know. And I don't know if he's got all of his Marine upgrades. I wasn't watching close enough. And he's got his eBay. So this is still looking good for DeWalt, but at least Ghosty has stabilized. DeWalt is going up to Templar Archives, though, so you might be able to build DTs. Oh my goodness. We'll see.
Yeah,
there's already
actually
turrets.
hitting every tech, yeah. Sorry?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, it looks like he's just hitting every point of the tech tree at this point, minus the Stargate, so...
True. I don't know... Here, let's actually do this. I didn't do this at the beginning of the game, so I'm going to do it now. So this is a brand new account for Ghosty, because he's got 2 wins and 2 losses. So he's a mystery. He's the mystery child. I'm trying to think of what the best play for Terran is, because he did get his second CC. He's got turrets everywhere. He didn't finish the one on the bottom right. And he is just kind of bunker pushing, where DeWalt on the other side, he does have two DTs, but he's going to have a scan and he's going to have turrets. So I don't think the DTs are going to do anything. Hopefully he sees that in time and pulls them back. But if he doesn't, then it is what it is. Over here on DeWalt's side, though, he is same thing as always. Control your opponent's side, like on the other side of the map. And then on your end, with all that breathing room, it's probes, it's tech, it's extra gateways. So it looks like Terran did try to push forward a little bit and got punished for it. His army does look a little bit smaller. He does have 2 siege tanks and more DTs.
The DTs are super annoying him.
He needs to turret push just a little bit better. He's going to lose that siege tank. Oh, brutal. And more Marines. Just pull it back a little bit. Wow, that's really great control. He's going to make sure that turret dies too. How much? Oh my gosh, he's only at 32 energy. Oh, where was that shuttle? Okay, it's just more Reaver play. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Got back just in time. The humanity. Okay, so he's at 43 energy. This Templar is going to keep killing until he gets to around, obviously, until he gets 50. He's building 2 more turrets in front of the DT. DeWalt's probably macroing right now, getting ready to move his units in. I think those Zealots got baited in to attack, but they're going to get a tank for it. So maybe it was, a right click. It's told what to do. Wanted to see how many kills that DT had, but I don't know. So what do you think Terra needs to do?
I mean, he's sort of what he is doing right now is just turtling. It's just that he's so far behind in terms of tech and just production buildings. I mean, right now, what you're sort of hoping to do is while you're defending, have your choke established, start expanding on factories.
Okay.
The issue here though is like he has more zealots than Terran does Marines.
True.
So can he even hold this? The idea would be you sort of accept the punishment and sort of hold on while getting your mech army. But here he doesn't even have a mech army because he went bio, so...
Yeah, this is just a complete and utter bust. I think what could have helped is if he unloaded all of his Marines, stemmed them, put him back in the bunker. And he did he's kind of separated Protoss a little bit, where if he can repair these last 2 bunkers and build some more units, he might be able to live a little bit longer. Oh my gosh, even that Archon it almost got on top of the SCVs, and the splash damage would have just obliterated it. Here comes the Reaver, though. Double Reaver. Oh, he did move all of the SCVs away. Is that going to done, or is that going to kill? Oh, my gosh. Okay, so it lives a little bit, but he's going to lose this bunker right here.
The Archon is coming instead. The Archon.
Dude, now that is the true Dark Archon. Oh, my gosh. The 22, and it only has, like, 40 health. It's got the same health as a Marine. The shield and the health together.
30.
Oh, my gosh. Brutal. For the Terran, if I was Terran, I would have just killed that Archon, and then I would have quit. GG.
You keep it honorable. Just as you always do.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's just a moral victory at the end. I would have just like at least kill that Archon and then bounce. Dude, Dewalt strikes again. That was another just a clinic on pressure play into harass, contain, and then tech up and kill. Murder, kill, attack, punch.
Indeed.
Okay, I think we're down to our last player, aren't we?
Oh, is this the last one? Okay.
Yeah, this is going to be our final game.
Alrighty. Just making sure.
Sorry, Paradox Skull, hating Reavers. They're strong.
I didn't even consider the math. I was wondering if Azzy was gonna get a chance again, but
Well, Ozzy wanted to know.
oh my god. Alright, I'm just gonna let you handle that.
Well, we were getting enough signups that
It's hard to win with that one.
yeah, I'll think about what we can do. Maybe if me and Dizzy want to put up another 750 each, so we can give it to DeWalt if DeWalt wins this next one. I didn't know, and truly with what happened, I didn't know Ozzy wanted to play again really quick before we get started. So I didn't know Ozzy wanted to go again. All I saw the few times I was able to actually read chat was that Cross wanted to try again. So that's why I put him in front. But he is right that Ozzy was first in the sign up. But if we were to do like rematches, Cross was the first to sign up in the new rematch because I didn't see Ozzy. Anyway, that's as far as I've got. But if these guys are ready, then I'm good to go. Them being ready is the thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Man, it's crazy how tiring this can be. All right. At 3 o'clock.
3 hours.
Yeah, and it's it's been good, but he is our purple Protoss, the unstoppable DeWalt. He's been through a couple times. Then at 12 o'clock, he's our yellow Terran. He's back for a rematch. He's ready to exact his revenge in a reverse race battle royale. It is our yellow Terran Cross. So, what do you think Cross has planned?
Oh, I don't know what he has planned exactly, but I will tell you, he most likely has something planned after watching everything because, I mean, this dude specifically asked for Terran, so he probably was like, all right, I see something I could take advantage of with DeWalt after the past 2 games, most likely, and then whatever that be. I'm wondering if it is a cheese because I mean, Cross, knowing him, he likes to go for that flashy, like, not flash, but like
I get what you're saying.
extravagant style. Yeah. But he's going 2x. Okay.
Maybe it's time to pull the boys.
Yeah. But the zealot pressure is always the same, you know. So,
True.
but
DeWalt, again, getting unlucky with his scouting. Maybe it's the same
yeah,
for everybody,
normally,
but
normally you see players, especially 1v1, just, they scout usually direction of 6, 12, 3, and 9, but um, the Walt's been usually content just scouting whichever base right next to him. It
yeah.
seems.
And I don't know. I guess it's not as good because you either
Yeah.
you're getting very lucky. Maybe you want to pretty much do those cross spawn checks because you have a higher likelihood of, yeah, see there it is, 3-6, what do you say, 3-6-9?
Yeah, really just not the corner positions because they are the shortest travel distance. But
Okay. And you also have just a higher chance of seeing the other person's scout in the middle of the map as well if you're just doing cross spawns checks.
right, potentially too, definitely.
Well, these Marines are definitely ready for that Z-Lot. So if Cross is ready, okay, that was just a right click and one goes down. Okay. Still good. Still good. These Marines are pretty...
Oh
Oh,
yeah, yeah. But more are coming, so
yeah.
and we're also going to see the probe diverge too, or converge. I mean,
The SCV, it's just... Oh, SCV's dead. Never mind. Zed's dead, baby. Okay, he is moving at least the red Marine back. And yep, you're right. Same thing as always. Harass, and then let's move in with the probe. Again, if it ain't broke, then it's time to just kill another Terran. Hopefully not. Like we said before, Cross is going to be prepared, and I think he is probably feeling extra motivated based off of his first game today too.
yeah, hasn't lost a Marine yet. Great job, great micro.
Well, only the first Marine, I think.
Right, yeah, but this current attack, yeah.
Yeah, and he's starting his bunker, and it's within range of the probe, and it's within range. Oh, ouch.
Unfortunately, it is TR-16, so
True. Microing is a little bit
TR-24.
tougher.
Yeah.
SCV goes down. He's going to need to bring down another SCV. I'd say overall he's battling it pretty well. It just doesn't hurt Protoss as much as it hurts Terran to lose these units. Okay, look at that. Okay, oh my gosh, that was
the
so
bunker.
clutch. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That was really close. If he'd gotten that bunker up, it's very self-explanatory, but he just had all that extra muscle. He would have been able to repair it, and he would have taken down just probably everything that Protoss has right here. Even still, just this one cannon and 3 Zealots plus the probe, and just depends on what all those Marines inside the bunker would have attacked. Dude, this is going to be, like, he is locked in. Maybe if he had Stim already, he might be able to bust it, but even now there's too many cannons. He's not dead though, and I wouldn't say it's not even dire, right? I think he's fine.
Yeah, it's just not crazy bad. It's just that what you saw with the first game, with Azzy, letting Terran get out with the Marine Medic Army, the Zealots don't really are able to compete. So having this cannon wall is so important, and the fact that Cross just can't get out when he was so close to not letting the wall him in.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, for sure.
Getting that factory out, but he just can't do anything about the tech is all. He just can't delay anything, so.
Right. Can't force him to build cannons at home. Can't force him. I mean, he's building Zealots anyways, but they can't force him to have to build them. Instead of choosing to and teching, he doesn't have to choose between cannons, probes, tech, and Zealots, and also running around and microwaving. It's a very comfortable position, again, from the Protoss side. And playing as Terran in 1v1, I know, like, it sounds, when I start to talk like that, to me, it starts to sound dire. I do believe that Terran is still used to this because even in 3's fastest, you still get cannoned in all the time. So you are used to needing to tech up yourself. You are used to needing, like, just tanks in a big bio ball or being ready for drops or DTs or whatever. That just comes with the territory. But I do agree with what you're saying, that he's just a sliver away from keeping DeWalt from being able to do that and play so comfortably and to be out and have some map control. So it's too bad, but it's, again, now it just continues on a more normal path instead of an aggressive Terran path. A lot of pylons. A lot of pylons.
Yeah, another thing I was hoping for was, what was Cross going to do different than the other Terrans, and I was hoping for maybe something like proxy, like proxy tank, proxy port, or even like two proxy fags or Raxes where he like floats them into the base for fire bats.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I wonder if he just got caught up in the early pressure, or if he was just planning on playing standard. I would have liked to see something a little bit more different, but um, I'm sure he feels confident with how he normally plays.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is that he probably doesn't feel like he needs to do anything weird. Just do whatever he had planned in case he had randomed as Terran, which I'm sure is just exactly what we're looking at. Just build up, be defensive if you need to, and then make sure that your macro's on point and be ready to defend against anything, which isn't always easy to do, I know. I do think, I was actually thinking a minute ago, it would have been cool before DeWalt put all these pylons out there. I was kind of thinking something similar. I was like, man, if he just like, wonder what it would look like if he'd floated some barracks off to the side. I know it's a very noob thing for me to say, but it's kind of the same idea. Or like that one Terran at, why can't I remember his name? It's just a few minutes ago. It was just before Sky. No, it was Sky. Duh, I do remember it was Sky. When Sky tried to do that Firebat drop. Well, it wasn't a drop, but Firebat proxy, the lift proxy. All right, DeWalt sees the drop. And he's even got a second layer of pylons and probes to be ready for this. And he's got a cannon already, and he's got some Templar.
He does have fire bats in it, so he can tank some damages while going
True.
for that. He has multiple fire bats. Oh.
Storm! Stim! Get some probes! Okay, he does. He had 2 on one, and then what was the other one that just barely went down? Was it like 5 or 7 maybe? Maybe got like 10-ish probes?
Yeah, he definitely got double digits. He still has about 2.5 control units group of warp, so that was definitely worth it. And you can see actually Cross, look at the supply count.
Yeah, he's up. He's up by, well,
yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, he does have to sort of at this point now extremely respect the drop. Because the only thing that can beat him now is the finesse play where DeWalt doesn't engage him head on. Because Cross has a superior army. That was true whether or not he got the fire bats. But now, like, there is onus for Cross to push now, which is the fact that he lost all those workers. So,
true.
As long as Cross doesn't take huge damage, I can see him just pushing out and winning right here.
Okay, yeah. With how, like, I thought even after a second or two that DeWalt was gonna bring it back, but then. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Archon Reaver. Wow.
Dude, I freaking love the Archon.
The Fat Reaver. 7 kills so far.
10, so it's equalized now what they lost at least. One more shot. Okay.
And 2. That was about 13 probes lost with that.
Dude, yeah. So this is quote unquote the great equalizer. DeWalt's back on top as far as supply goes. SCVs are probably. Anyway, it's I'd say it's equaled, and it also has taken some wind out of the sails of Cross to be able to counter, but he is going to have vision. This is one thing that I was hoping Sky was going to have in his game a little bit earlier, was vision up at the top of his base, and I think he did get it eventually. I don't remember. It might have just been lost as well, but there's Marines here now, and there's an eBay, so the same drop isn't going to work, and dude, he stemmed targeted down so fast.
Yeah. That's something I feel like Cross excels at, is definitely minimap awareness.
Yeah.
And slowly pushing out. I can see Cross winning this engagement if he does decide to push out pretty boldly. But with all the storms, it's going to be pretty tough. If he's able to sort of shoot down the shuttles with the High Templars, I can see him winning this. But right now, he's most likely just going to have to wait on a few more tanks.
Could see that. We've got, on the Protoss side, we've got more Reavers. He is getting at least a upgrade with his Forge. Double Forge, actually. More, so it's kind of more the same, which is fine, because like I said, it's been working. So more gateways, double upgrades, Reavers, and he's just queuing up in the middle of the map. So I know I have a tendency to kind of click all over, so I really want to just kind of go through and see where each player is at. And we've got, I'd say, so far so good. See, now, if it doesn't work from one side, we're going to go from the other side. We got this freaking shuttle
Exactly.
coming in.
We got the attack, we got the storm drop. Oh, we see a dodge. Oh, good preemptive storm.
Dude, that was... Okay, so, wow. It ended up being,
was
what,
about
like 14 again?
Yeah.
And an Archon?
No, not the...
Oh my gosh, and even that Zila accidentally got some kills because it ran past the SCVs when they're going home.
Yeah, not the splash damage.
Freaking betrayal siege tank. Okay, alright, so this is what I pictured the first game of the day being like. Terran needing to defend against drops, Protoss constantly trying to drop to gain the advantage while they slowly build an army up, kind of like what you see in 3v3s, while also Terran slowly, and right now, again, he's just got to focus on his economy, but I think what you want to see ideally is just more of a transition into mech. Dude, and here's another drop, a double drop. I think since he's going to see it, okay, so he's, one Reaver shot. Okay, so as far as things could have been, yeah, great defense. And he's building wraiths. This is different, and I do like it. I was hoping we'd see it earlier, where, what is it, 4 wraiths or something like that will one-shot a shuttle. Hopefully we'll find out.
Two-shot.
Two-shot? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's queuing up another one. And again, I don't blame him. This is kind of the path to victory. At the same time, he's not building probes now, but he had been previously. More robo facilities, and it looks like I wonder if he got dragged into that attack.
No, he was trying to take out the cliff tanks right now, which is great play considering he can get rid of the scouting pylons, but there's just too much going on right now. He tried to storm tanks at the 11 position, but there's Wraith now to defend against that shuttle, so sort of skirmishes going on multiple fronts.
It's true. I get why, from my perspective, it looked a little messy for a second, but it's just because, like you were saying, they're both trying to break out of what each other is doing. Like, Cross is trying to get rid of all these spotters, like you were saying, and then DeWalt was trying to prevent Cross from being able to break all of that. So clearing, you got the 2 siege tanks in the front of his base, so that part is good. And really, the army for DeWalt has kept small. He does have another pretty big drop. This is how I see games won. Just big old drops on the main, and really, Cross doesn't have a lot of bunkers at his main. There's not a lot of like hard static defense. It's a lot of just soft bio groups, which are good until the drops drop.
Get through, right? Yeah, he's definitely banking on the whole like I'm gonna catch your shuttles, but eventually it's gonna get to the point where we see 11 shuttles coupled with like 5 Corsairs. So
yeah,
is he gonna get the storm?
I was gonna say that was gonna be so dirty.
Templar. Yeah, that's a fat High Templar.
Oh no! They kind of got baited in. That sucks. That was like, I see what happened. The Templar was just it was like just the most tempting bait ever. Looks like he is gonna get the shuttle, and really we got to just worry about this. It was thinned out, so I was gonna say I thought I right clicked on
drop
this.
coming from 11, and meanwhile we also have a drop going on 3. So there's 2 drops happening.
They're both kind of looking.
That can happen on Cross, and DeWalt's also.
He's not watching. I know DeWalt is. I'm just gonna see what's gonna happen here at Terran. He did start pulling his SCVs away, so I think he's okay. But he did start there's a lot of storms on all this bio. What happened over here? Do you know how many probes he got? Looks like he just hit stop on a bunch of probes.
Yeah, he did. He did manage to get a shot off, but unfortunately, I don't think it was a significant amount. So,
dude, I think that was very admirable of Cross to get as many SCVs away that he did, but he lost almost all of his defending army. That was so much carnage.
He definitely lost a lot more, unfortunately, and I wish we saw some sort of damage done on DeWalt's eco, but he still has about 3.5 for control groups worth of probes, so his eco is perfectly fine. Whereas Cross, you can see him just squeezing minerals like.
I've only really seen this. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say these High Templars at the cliff is going to be super annoying, but
true.
I mean, Cross can still definitely play that slow game. Just keep turtling up, keep upgrading, keep getting more factories. Oh man, what a spiteful storm right there.
Yeah. Trying to stop that SCV from making the starport.
Comes more drops, able to defend, but
just more death.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
What I
But
was
his minnow
thinking
can has
of.
popped back up. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I think he is doing a good job. He's just the one command center is not really going, but his main is going, and so it's still really good. And I guess what I was going to say earlier is that when I watch people play 3v3s, they will have a few bunkers at their main, and maybe you don't do that in 1v1s. But I've just seen a lot. Oh my gosh, more taunting from the Templar. 16 kills, by the way.
You definitely do. We see a great drop coming from the bottom side of 3
There we go.
Is he gonna get it?
He's not even paying attention,
Oh,
so this could be his chance. Get the right side at least. Okay, 16, 4, and then 18. Okay, so that's really good.
Yeah, nice. About 2 control groups worth of probes went down there, so awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, but we can see a drop coming from the one side of 12.
There's no way he can target all that down. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Run away.
Oh, decent job. Nice.
So I think he scanned bottom right at 5 o'clock. So that's where he could run all of his SCVs away to, which is really good. Because he doesn't have vision anywhere else. I don't know if he's going to want to do this, but it might be good. Oh my gosh, the attack is still going. Sorry, I'll save what I was going to say till later.
But that one shuttle has a storm. That one shuttle has a high Templar with storm.
Does it?
Oh, it did, yeah.
Oh my gosh. And this one's still chilling too.
Yeah.
I was just going to say if he wanted to leave one of his dropships in the bottom right, he'd have vision so he could click on it. Because if he were to try to click on top of the fog of war, his SCVs wouldn't know what to do and they'd all fan out and stay in the same spot and they'd be a lot easier to kill. So, oh my gosh, I wonder who's going to win this fight. Bye, Wraith. So, okay, Cross is starting to push out some siege tanks and a Wraith. He wants to get rid of this vision as well as expand his own vision. I wonder if DeWalt feels like he's big enough to just go for that big push. Soften up Terran, go for the big push. There's a lot of bunkers, though, and he has left a lot of siege tanks just kind of separated. So the storms can't hit all of them at the same time. I don't know if this is going to be enough from Protoss to break Terran.
Yeah, carriers are also on the way, so if he decides to pair them up, but Cross does also have, or he's also been accumulating race, so I didn't see the scan, but I'm pretty sure he's aware of it, considering he's getting cloak.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
And he does have 2-1, and it looks like he's getting +3 weapons, I want to say, or it could just be +2 armor, but either way, I mean, he's still good on upgrade, so at this point, if he can just hold out long enough and max out, he could start, slowly threatening the push, and at that point, obviously, it's just a matter of getting the kill. So
for sure, we've got this big army in the middle of the map, and actually, I gotta step away for a second. Are you okay to solo cast for a second? All right, BRB.
I can't move, but yeah. Oh man, right? Poke right now coming from the bottom right, but he's trying to kill that depot. I guess he's trying to move out. Oh, here comes this cloak. Are we gonna see a storm? Yeah, no observer though. At least no observer paired with it. He has 3 Rosh facilities, so if there's not one around, he should have one coming up soon.
Okay, I'm back. We've got another drop at the bottom right. And I was able to hear some of what you're saying, how there's no observer. There's 2 cannons off to the right. Oh my gosh, that's a really good storm. But the drop. Oh my gosh. So you've got...
And unfortunately, he let his wraiths go too, so most of his wraiths are gone, unfortunately.
They're surprisingly similar in supply, but yeah, Terran lost 2 drops. And the dropships might have been empty, actually. I don't know if I saw them reload. They could have. But the dropships were empty. I'd say the bigger loss is the Wraiths. And I hope that he keeps trying to upgrade because he does have 2-2, so that's really good. Even as much damage as he's taken, he still has 2-2. 3-3 on Protoss. Minus shields.
Yeah, he's getting Corsairs now. Still don't see observers out, but he could just be looking to just fire his own carriers with the Corsairs and just kill the Wraiths that way. Oh, there's the observers.
Yeah,
okay,
that's...
So
we've been talking about the win condition for Terran a lot. What do you think the win condition for Protoss is?
Really, you just want to kill them now. But I mean, it's not impossible to kill them once, even if they do get 3-3 and max out. At that point, you just have to either, have amazing Doom drops, make the Terran sort of run back and forth, and then pick off the army in the meantime. But the one thing you just don't want to do is let them siege up and engage them that way, right? So, just with any TVP.
So do you think that this is a mistake then, sending in these Zealots? Because now he's just giving up supply and he might be able to just move into the middle of the map.
I don't think so. I think he's just going to opt for just shuttles at this point, and he knows that Zealots probably aren't going to be as useful anymore. So.
Oh, you can see he targeted down the observers, but he still had to run away anyway because there's only 2 Wraiths left.
Right.
Do you think, if only he had EMP, he'd be able to EMP those carriers and just like business as usual? And you can tell that he does have hold position Valkyries, which is good. Go ahead.
Yeah, EMPs could help, but I mean, if he just doesn't have enough Wraiths to begin with, then he can't pick off the observers and he'll die to Corsairs too quickly. So I think at this point it's just a matter of, can I just even kill the observers in time? And yeah, I'm sure one less Wraith couldn't hurt, but I think it's just too much right now.
Dude,
to have to do all of that. So
he even has disruption web going on right now. Yeah. I'd have to rename him to some DeWalt webs. Like,
good one,
dude. We could come up with DeWalt plans all day. He was maxed, and I just wanted to say that Carrier Reaver is so strong. I already knew that carriers are strong, but he has the carriers. The bio actually does a decent job at fighting the carriers, but when those Reavers drop and they just, that AoE, that explosion damage, it's insane. Oh my gosh, there's the call of the observers.
He's still not out of it though, if you think about it. He hasn't really lost any production buildings. He's only lost missile turrets, and he hasn't really hit his eco yet. So
true.
I mean, he's building units on the left-hand side, and he's still surviving. He just needs to get that mass of Wraiths and Valks and Goliaths and just hold on, because he really doesn't have much of a ground army to attack with anymore. So,
true.
I mean,
I'm almost nervous. DeWalt is full steam ahead on the carriers. I was wondering if what DeWalt could do in a situation like this is just fight until the carriers die, which I know what I'm about to say is sacrilege. But then Terran will be so focused with Goliaths and so focused with Valkyries that you just go back into ground army and then just run them over. Right. But again, this is the premium. This is the premium build right here, is just to get to carriers. So just keep rebuilding them. Dude, two shuttles. I imagine there's going to be Reavers in there. Oh, it's Storm.
Oh, he missed. He whiffed on the Storm though. Storms though.
That's true. He had an opportunity to kill most of Cross's eco, and one wasn't didn't hit, and the other one he had already ran away a lot of his SCVs. So this is insane. What a fight from Cross. Holy cow.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's holding on for dear life right now. And
he targeted the wrong CC, by the way.
He's there. I mean, he's taking away interceptors faster than they can build. So he's hanging on there. He's just these Storms and Reavers though, the reinforcements are just, if I know this is obviously hypothetical always, but if they just weren't coming, these carriers would be gone by now.
Dude, I know. Even if those Reavers would just target some of these supply depots, that would supply cap him, and then that would also, oh my gosh, that Templar getting shot down. There's a couple things that DeWalt could do too to win more, and it's just so insane that Cross has almost fought this back 2 or 3 times now, especially that last one. It was really close. There's so many observers. I don't think it's worth it to try to snipe them so that you can get in with the carriers. I think what you were saying is what he needs to do. Just more Wraiths. More Wraiths, keep building, keep surviving, and
here comes the Reavers. So
there's the supply block.
The thing about the Valkyries is that the one benefit they offer in this scenario is that you can just have it attack and hope that the splash damages will kill the observers.
Oh, and there it is. GG. We're so close. We're so close to an upset. And again, it's not to take away from DeWalt. Gross did so good. That is so hard. Holy cow. Looking at that, I just wonder,
And
we've seen people beat it, so it's not that it's unbeatable, but you watch that and you think like, how do you, oh my gosh, I didn't see that he sent probes over. Maybe there's one more drop that I didn't see. Dude, good job to Cross. Good job to DeWalt. GG. DeWalt is just so strong. That late game carrier reaver push with storms, and the way he got there was totally different. Not, it wasn't insanely different than the Sky game, but it was a little bit different. He did try to muscle Sky out a little bit more. His drops just looked a little bit different, but in the end, he just had Carrier and Reaver, and he was able to start hitting supply depots. He was able to just keep picking on the SCVs. Like, I feel like Cross took way more economic damage than Sky did, and not because he was playing worse or anything. He was actually playing really, really, really good. It's just there was a lot more storms, and they were pretty constant. DeWalt just being that he had tons of vision, being that crazy macro machine, the upgrade machine. He even took some... Dude, DeWalt took more economic damage that game than probably any of his other games combined.
yeah, his probes were actually threatened, right?
His what?
His probes, they were threatened.
Yeah, and they even gotten wrecked a couple times too.
Right.
So
it's like no one got to poke at DeWalt's probes as much, Like
that's true.
they were basically the chosen ones until that game. So
Yeah, they didn't even have to worry about. Yeah, they were just like a safe island.
exactly, yeah.
It was,
They were born with the silver spoon in their mouth,
dude. And even think about what about even the Firebat siege tank drop at the beginning? That was so cool to see, and he got a few probes too.
Right.
So,
This is obviously always hypothetical, but it was one thing to consider. DeWalt got those damages off while Cross was also dropping, so great play to DeWalt for taking advantage of that. But Cross was also fighting back as much as he can.
true.
He wasn't sort of falling into the mystique that is DeWalt. He was actually multitasking and like handling or dishing out as much as he could. So I thought that was awesome. So.
No, I agree. I think that it was, how do I phrase this? It was to his benefit and a detriment, because since he wasn't solely focused on defending, that gave DeWalt a chance to, like, his drop, I think, was just a little bit bigger. Unfortunately, I kind of missed a little bit from both, because I watched DeWalt's drop hit and he killed just a ton of Marines, a ton of bio with it, a little bit of SCVs. And then I clicked down just for a second to see if Cross is able to do something similar, and it looked like DeWalt had just stopped all of his probes, so they're all spread out kind of all over the place. So he was at least slowed down, but I don't think it compared to when I went back to Cross's base. It was just a lot emptier, and that was both bio and SCVs. I don't think he lost a ton from DeWalt's, but it was more than what DeWalt had lost. He made it back a little bit later because he had another drop from the bottom. Well, actually, that was earlier. Still, though, like, he had still had traded some blows, so it wasn't that he was super down and out. Really, dude, like, he had a ton of bio. It's just those Reavers at the end. Those Reavers being covered by the carriers. I don't know, the AoE is just so strong.
Yeah, just great siege play. I mean, that's what you want as Terran, right? But man, that was a good game. I wish Cross could have gotten a little bit better shots, like luckier shots on the siege tanks when he got that 24 kills or so. Drop done. But sometimes just like you target fire and you just gotta hope that probe lands in a nice middle area, right, amongst all the other probes. So
true. And it doesn't help too that when the Firebats got out, the probes were scattering all over the place, and so the AI was getting all bugged out on Cross's probes. So I think even with them kind of getting messed up a little bit, he did a great job at refocusing those efforts so that, like, to resalvage it essentially. I agree with you. I think that's the first time that we even saw that drop too. So it was a couple things. That drop could have just been blocked completely, but it could have gotten probably almost all of his probes. So
yeah. I mean, four
Yeah,
fire
piano
bats to
for
one
sure.
tank, that was AoE heaven for Terran right there, right? So,
Yeah, dude. Exactly.
yeah.
Well, I think it's safe to say that DeWalt is the freaking, he is the king. He
He's
is
the
the king bee.
man. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if it was a real beehive, he's the queen bee. I was making jokes about that the
Yeah.
other day too, but he's the king of the bonobs. He's the king of the of the hill, the king bonob,
Yeah.
king of the beehive. So, dude, congratulations to him. Dude, this is good for us
Thanks
too
everyone for
because
playing too. Yeah.
oh, for sure, like all the signups that we had during that, like when we first started and while we were still
Mhm.
going. And we learned a lot of lessons too. Like if we're going to do rematches next time, I'll make sure to either create a new sign up sheet or I will just go through in the same order before. So like since we ran out of prize pool for Aussie, unfortunately. But
You have some explaining to do.
yeah, I just didn't know that he wanted to play again, so that's on me. That's my bad. But we had a ton of crazy games. We had a couple of close calls that were almost upsets. I know they weren't
Hmm.
quite upsets. Hold on one second. I gotta turn on this other light. I was wondering why my lighting was looking so weird. And anyway, I have two separate lights. But yeah, really, um, shout out to everybody who played. Thanks, Dizzy, for hanging out with me and managing the lobby. And everybody who's watching today. But I think we're probably gonna wrap it up, right?
Yep. Sounds good.
Yeah, DeWalt, I have your email. Ozzy, we have your email. So me and Dizzy will figure it out on the back end, and then I'll transfer you guys. Or I guess I could do Venmo or something too, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, let's find somebody to host. And again, you guys, that was super fun.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Do you have any final thoughts while I'm finding somebody? I mean, I was just thinking about how much I learned today.
No, other than just thanking everyone for playing, and it was awesome to watch, but starting from the first game, so
Yeah, that was like the big upset of the day for me.
oh yeah. I'm gonna be making sure Azzy knows I thought you were gonna lose.
Dude, I know. Like, sorry, bro. It wasn't out of expectations for you to just like to be to be eliminated early on. I really thought, and I hope, like, I don't want Cross to feel bad, and he's probably already moved on, is playing other games, but I thought it was just going to be Cross versus the world. That's what I thought this whole week.
And we got instead DeWalt versus the world.
But one last thing I'm going to say to these guys is Piano, thanks for hanging out. Metatron Cubes, Paradoxical, like even Ozzy, of course. And I think an Awardy for following, Rudy's 213 for following, and we even had a couple subs during.
Awesome.
Someone earlier, it was Johnny Boy saying that he'd be down to donate towards like the next one. So I'll create a new tab that, like, if people donate, that's what they know that it's going towards, so that me and you can do another, so we can just host another one of these King of the Hill tournaments.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, dude, freaking, at least DeWalt for sure is on another level.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I mean, he spanks even like players that are like infinitely better than us, right? So, I mean, I think it's awesome to see that like fastest players like Cross and like RJB. I know Sky plays fastest, Soul or Ace does. I don't know the other Rangor and whatnot, but like that they were able to like sort of put up a fight rather than get fully steamrolled. So
Oh, for sure. And
yeah.
I agree with you. And I think
Mhm.
even going forward, maybe on my splash screen, I'll show everyone that we have signed up. And then I'll kind of show, even though it's King of the Hill, I'll show a bracket style of like who's winning what matchup. So you're not just seeing the end result. I think that'll be pretty cool. And that way, because you're listing all these people off, and I remember how cool their games were. And so it'd be a nice reminder to just see everyone who signed up and played anyway in this alternate screen. So there'll be some more design changes as well. And are RJBTV said that his empty Overlord drop was his biggest mistake. Honestly, I thought it was done on purpose because I thought he was pulling away.
Which he did, yeah.
Yeah, which he did. He definitely
Army,
distracted.
Mhm.
Oh no, is Dwal, are you done? Oh man.
Were you gonna raid him?
Yeah, dude, I was gonna host the king. He was the king.
I think he's been playing for a long time.
Dude, thanks again for playing, Dwal. You're the man. Okay, let's find somebody else to host. Whoever's still on, that is.
Well, you got your favorite buddy, Artie.
Yeah, I guess that's true. We could just go host Artosis. I mean, we're all gonna end up there anyway.
Speak for yourself.
You know what? Like, we should. I've had probably. I know it's been a long time. I've probably had more hosts from Cross than anybody else, and I always am streaming after him, and I never get to host him. So let's go host Cross.
Alrighty.
But yeah. Anyway, just thanks again, everybody. Thanks, Dizzy. And you know what? I'll stay in Discord or whatever if you want to chat. But to everyone else, peace out.
Thanks for playing, or thanks for watching.
Yeah, till next time. If we get everything figured out, we won't wait that long to announce the next one if we can do it. Okay. Peace.
Nice. Ooh, did you see that?
Uh-uh.
He crossed